welcome everybody in to the XCAL Web Shop Series in 2025. This is the first race of the season of XCAL, and it's the Racing 420 powered by ButtKicker. We are PGR eSports. I am your host here tonight, Michael Triscaro. I am the series owner over at PGR eSports, and here to lend a helping hand to the guys that reached out from XCAL. Looking forward to calling this race here tonight. I'll have my partner Matthew Baker in the booth very shortly. Until then, we're going to run down some race format here for tonight. We are going to be in the street stocks here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, just outside of Charlotte in Concord, North Carolina. We're going to be going 280 laps in these street stocks, and they are plated for success here tonight. We should have some side-by-side and very tight racing around this 1.5 mile track here in Charlotte. We'll have 40% fuel here tonight, so pit stops, there will be some here tonight. We'll get to that rule here shortly. There will be no fast repair, and we did have qualifications last night. There were heats that will set the grid here tonight at Charlotte. So, like I said, looking forward to calling this XCAL Racing 420 powered by ButtKicker. It's the first time PGR eSports is over here for the Web Shop Series, and we look forward to calling this one here tonight. Additional notes here tonight, we'll have to fill our partner in the booth, Matthew Baker, when he does get here. But it is a fixed plate setup, and that'll be standard for this series on all tracks, 1.5 miles or larger. In the first 10 laps, there'll be no cautions, there'll be no cautions with 10 laps to go or less here tonight. There'll be one green-white checkered, but that'll be for emergency purposes only. Incident points tonight cost $1 each to each driver, so hopefully we can race here clean tonight, because if not, they'll be getting out their wallets and paying some hefty fines for those incident points. We will get to a very awesome rule that this series has, and one of my favorites, what I'm looking forward to most here tonight. And payouts are all on the website. We'll get to those as well. And we have a lot to catch everyone up on here. We are new here at XCAL, so a lot that we are learning, so bear with us as we get through a lot of the rules and formats for this series, but we are looking forward to calling it here tonight. We're up here in the Goodyear blimp high above Charlotte Motor Speedway. You see these guys getting ready to race here tonight, 280 laps, and we are looking forward to that. Matthew Baker should be joining us shortly. Just a note too for our sponsors here tonight. ButtKicker, powered by ButtKicker, is the race. J-Dog's Carpentry, Admin Box, JT's Mobile Pressure Washing, Tri-E Incorporated, and we're going to also give shout outs to Sim Racer Hub and Flaming Karma Paint Shop here tonight. And we'll definitely get back to featuring all of our sponsors for this race, and thank them again for having us here tonight and being with the broadcast, which should be a very exciting race here. You see all the info on the screen. It's 66-degree ambient temperature here in Charlotte. It is clear, 7-mile-an-hour winds here tonight, so should be a cool track temp. So, nonetheless, we should have some slipping and sliding, some very tight racing here tonight. So, we are looking forward to all this is going to be, as these guys still getting some practice here. Right now, you see Jared Mogart on the track. He's going to be pushing right here. There is Derek Durkis, and we're going to have to get used to a lot of these names. We come from the Super Speedway side of things on iRacing. We are part of a money racing community of Super Speedway drivers. So this is some new waters for at least Baker and I know our head of broadcasting team, Austin Green, and some others. They'll dip around into a lot of different events, but me and Baker here tonight trying to start something new. And it looks like Matthew Baker is joining me in the booth, and we'll get a word with him here in a second. We're going to get those rule changes here up on the screen. And for all plate tracks, 1.5 miles or larger, there's no pit road speed limit. Begins after 10 laps are completed under green on any start or restart. Any driver who passes through pit road under green must come to a complete stop. You may not use pit road as a shortcut to finish the event. And during caution and first 10 laps after green is displayed, pit road speed limit applies as normal. So, Baker, you joined me in the booth. That's one of the coolest things here tonight, and I am looking forward to seeing some of those green flag stops with no pit road speed limit.
Yeah, it's a change of pace of what we're used to calling, but it's kind of the same. It's still a super speedway per se with this car, but a lot more car control. You're gonna have to focus on your tires and a couple names in here that I recognize. Jared Mogard, he raced an RMR with us in a super speedway series, and another name, Austin Edwards. Those would be the two names that I recognize. I'm gonna be looking out to be towards the front. Jared Mugard, I know he plays on controller, and he is one of the best controller players I've ever seen race. So watch out for him tonight.
Yeah, we'll have to watch out for him. I know we could drag some of these guys up here, try to get some pre-race interviews if we can. We see a couple of the teams sitting here in the Discord, and we're going to try to bring one of them in here right now. We'll go and bring, his name will be Silent Joe Campbell. You got a copy, bud? Silent Joe, you there, bud? Now, that was a strikeout here on the first interview attempt here tonight, but we'll try to get somebody else here in just a second. It looks like Steven Seams. We're going to try to bring Steven Seams up here to the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, this is our first time over here at PGR eSports here with the XCAL series. Looking forward to calling the race here tonight and just trying to pull some guys in here and learn more about you guys and what you guys do and how you look forward to this race tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for adding me up. How's it going tonight?
Not too bad, man. We're ready for 280 laps here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We were talking about the plate track rules here, the no pit road speed limit after 10 laps. That's something we're anxious to see tonight. How's that going to go for you?
I'm hoping for the best. We'll see. I had a not very good luck last year in XCAL, but I'm hoping to change my luck this year. So looking to get a top 15, top 10, hopefully tonight. Yeah. I, I enjoy racing for my brother. It's hopefully we gotta have a good season ahead of us.
Well, absolutely. Hopefully, we'll get to talk to you in Victory Lane here tonight. Good luck tonight. We'll see you out there on the track.
Hey, thank you. Have a good night. Bye.
Well, Baker, these guys are on track practicing still. They did have heats here last night, and I ran through some of the sponsors here tonight, and just to fill you in here on the format, we are going 280 laps, 40% fuel. There'll be no fast repairs here tonight at Charlotte. All the field was set last night through heat, so the grid will be set when we get to go green here at the top of the hour. Just some other notes we did go through earlier just to kind of tell all the viewers here tonight. This is considered a plate setup here on this fixed street stock. So all 1.5 mile tracks or larger will fall under that category. There'll be no cautions with 10 laps to go or less here tonight, and only a green-white checkered for emergency purposes only. And all these guys will owe $1 for every incident point. So trying to build their pot here tonight for their payouts. So that'll be pretty cool to watch as that transpires. On the website right now, if you use table number 3 for the payouts, there is payouts to the top 20. It looks like first will get 27.5% of the payout pot. Last I checked, it was around $1,000. So should be some good payouts here for tonight for all these drivers here in the web shop opening round series here tonight. So looking forward, like I said at the top hour, to calling this race with Matthew Baker here live on the PGR eSports Network. Till then, we'll give you a commercial here from ButtKicker. Back here live at Charlotte Motor Speedway, high above in the Goodyear blimp. You see Victory Lane there behind Pit Road, and one of these street stocks will be in Victory Lane here tonight, and we are looking forward to seeing who that driver is. You see some of these guys practicing some of those pit stops, coming in at full speed all the way down Pit Road into their stops. I cannot wait to see it. Hopefully you're all tuning in here tonight. See some guys in the chat. Aaron Hillbush, Bama Boys Gaming, Tanya Gleason, thank you for coming here tonight and supporting not only XCAL but also PGR eSports, who we are on the call here tonight. We get ready to grid them up here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll bring you your grid here tonight and all the results from that grid. We're all done last night in heat, so looking forward to seeing who is going to be on the top of the board here from yesterday. It looks like Ryan Seams will get that ticker going for you guys here at the top of the screen. As you see all these street stocks starting to grid up. And there is the front right there. Ryan Seams not yet grid, but he will be your front row starter here tonight when he does. From West Paris. Flying Ryan, ready to fly around Charlotte Motor Speedway here tonight. He will start on the pole position. And we'll try to bring up that official grid for you here in just a second. And there it is. It's going to be Ryan Seams on the pole here tonight for busting at the seams. Adam Gillian, he'll start on the outside front row, second. Joe Campbell will start third here tonight. Austin Edwards fourth. Brett Meckes fifth. And Scott Gillian sixth. Sean Andrews will start seventh for JNS Racing. And Jerry Gillian must be the brother of Scott. He'll start in the 8th position. Number 9 here tonight, Matt Bear of Fastlane Motorsports. And rounding out your top 10 starting position here tonight is Steven Rex.
Arthur Hendren in 11th. Jason Seams, another one of the Seams boys, in 12th. Steven Seams in 13th, right behind him. And Nicole Kressel in 14th. Derek Dirks in 15th. Cristiano Rocha 16th. Jared Mogard in 17th. 18th is going to be Jeff Egger. Jose Godinho 19th. John Freely in 20th. Gerard Lawrence and James Johnson rounding out your 22 car field.
Yeah, 22 car field here tonight. You see the sponsors there in the bottom. It's going to be ButtKicker. Powered by ButtKicker is this race. It is the XCAL Racing 420 here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're going to hide that as we get to go green here for the first time tonight. That pace truck leading these street stocks around this 1.5 mile oval. It's going to be Ryan Seams leading them down to the green. Coming outside of turn number 4, it's the 131 of Ryan Seams, your pole sitter. He's going to lead lap number 1 in Charlotte here, and you see the 63 already to his bumper, beating and banging here into turn number 1. There goes the 22 up into the wall. He's going to get a nice big gash on the right side of his car here tonight. The 131 is going to go up and block that high side of the 12 as we get onto the back stretch here in Charlotte.
Yeah, 2x2 right now. And is the 131 in that nice metallic looking blue car of Ryan Seams. Joe Campbell in the 63. He's rolling on the inside. They swap positions. Rolling on the bottom side, the 66. Brent Mex making his way up there. Nice thing about these cars, you know, they have different manufacturers. You see different looking types of cars. You got the Camaro, the old Monte Carlo style body. They have different names in iRacing. I'm not too sure, but I relate them to what the real cars look like in real life, so a little bit of a diversity. But one of my favorite paint schemes back there, you got the old Bobby Hamilton number 81 car. I don't think that is the actual 81 in iRacing, but I love that car.
Yeah, some really cool paint schemes out here tonight. And like I said earlier when we started the broadcast, we are coming over from the Super Speedway Money Racing community. So some new stuff here tonight, at least for Matthew Baker and I. But I know Baker's got some expertise here in this street stock vehicle, so hopefully he can give some more insight as the race goes on. But running right now more like a plate track with the rule package that they set forth in this race. So not too far off from what we're used to on Mondays and Thursday nights in PGR, and that's side-by-side, bumper-to-bumper action all around the track, using that draft to make your way up to the front. And right now, pretty calm here at Charlotte. We'll take you through the field just a little bit. You see Steven Rex right there in the 7-0 from Shanahan. I think that's how you say it, Illinois. A little bit farther back, that's going to be hard for him. Back a little bit farther from him, that'll be Nicole Creasel. You see right there in the number 91. We'll go through this whole field one full time here tonight. Try to give you guys some background information on these drivers. It'll be all new names to us, so bear with us on some of the pronunciations back up front here. It's Joel Campbell to the point.
Joel Campbell again, rolling on that bottom side. And 66 been helping him really well there on the bottom side in Brent Mex. You got the 04 Sean Andrews tuck up there on the bottom side as well. But you talk about the tire wear. It's a lot different than what we've been accustomed to running the super speedways, unless it's at Atlanta, or we're running the next gen for a lot. But 280 laps is a long time on these tires. And you're going to have to change them, every stop you get to with these fuel. I think you got about 33 laps to a tank on pit stops, so it's going to be pretty pit stop heavy tonight. With that incident counter owing $1 per incident count, that's a great rule. It's going to promote cleaner racing, I think. And so far, 2x2 out of turn 2.
Out of turn 2, we're going to pick it up with Ryan Seams. He is team busted at the seams. Third in the XCAL Racing 420 after starting second in 2024. Ryan's going to enter this 2025 season with 1 win, 19 top 5s, 51 top 10s, and 1 pole in 98 starts. That's 81 consecutive starts now for him. And it looks like he was 6th in the point standing in 2024. So Ryan Seams, one of the favorites here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
On the bottom side, you're talking about how great Brent Mex is doing. He's one of the new team owners for 2025. He's got 70 starts, 13 top 5 finishes. Look for him to be, out there rolling deep here. It's his first start since 2023, so took the year off. Back here for 2025 as a team owner and rolling strong there on the bottom side. Those 2 paint schemes up front, though, the number 63 and 131, I can't keep my eyes off of them. And it's a good thing because they're up front with Ryan Seams and Joe Campbell.
Yeah, some really good clean racing right now. You said, that $1 incident limits is incident count is gonna definitely keep these guys clean at least for a while. Love the rule. Wish we could do it on our side, but at those big plate tracks, probably not the best idea. We're feeling quite a bit of money, but hopefully tonight, we could get a lot of green flag racing. With that 40% fuel, I'm not sure how many laps. You might know how many we can get, but like I said before the broadcast started, I am just anxious to see these pit stops and all these street stocks screaming down pit road, as it could cause a lot of chaos. And man, it's going to be one heck of a race on and off pit road here tonight.
I was watching them practice, and I didn't think I was going to be as impressed as I was, but man, they kept it together and were able to get down to their pit box and not overshoot their box. You think about Charlotte back in the old NASCAR All-Star days, they had the pit stop challenge where they were booking it into pit road to get down and get that green flag going, and Larson overshot his pit box by about 5 stalls, so maybe we'll see some of that tonight. But the good news is with pit lane open and them able to screen down pit road, once they get inside the boxes, there's not going to be much contact that's going to happen because they will ghost through the other cars.
Dancing all around Charlotte Motor Speedway to enter turn number 3 here. And you can really see those back ends want to go towards the top wall area there. And just just kind of that front end kind of going down to the left into the infield. Man, I'll tell you what, these guys are sawing on these wheels here early. This is Jimmy Johnson from Queensbury, New York, 39 machine. You can see him more in the back of the pack, just kind of staying out of harm's way right now. But you can see all the cars in front of him. A lot of moving around, a lot more than I thought. I'm not as savvy and accustomed to seeing these cars run. But you can see the back bumper there of, I believe, Nicole Diesel here at XCAL Racing.com on the back panel there. So make sure you visit their website, XCALRacing.com, and kind of learn more about them. We've been kind of diving into this series here this week, getting on this broadcast for the first time, so looking forward to watching how these guys race. And so far, racing really good.
Yeah, you're starting to see that middle line start to work towards the upper part of the lane. It's just the product of how tight loose these cars are. You see as they enter the corner here, 63 gets on the apron. Oh, a little bit of contact with the 131. But he's trying to overcompensate, just like I was trying to say, is these cars get so tight loose. Longer as you get into the run, because you have so much downforce on the nose. The rear end wants to spin out, but the front end's not turning the way it wants to. So once it gets entered into the corner, it has to drift up a half lane, a quarter lane to get the car rotated. And once it rotates, it can snap loose on you.
Awesome side-by-side race, and almost had our first incident of the night, but we stayed green here. We were able to save it, and we are still racing here. Lap 14 of 280. Long night ahead, but if they keep racing like this, it won't take as long. Knock on wood right now. Everything going clean for all these drivers here tonight. Beautiful looking paint schemes, like Baker said, looking through this whole field. These guys really put some detail in their schemes. And under the bright lights here at Charlotte, they're looking good right now.
Oh, wrecking towards the back. Big Greg flipping.
The number 7, heavy damage to the 7 of Jeff Edgar. And the first caution of the night is out. And you see all the damage to the front end of the 7 there. And also the front end, looked like the front end of I believe the 91 as well. So the first wreck of the night, and we kind of, as I do often, jinx, and looks like the 7 right there, trying to get down the racetrack and onto pit road. No fast repairs here tonight. Looks like that's going to be a lot of damage. Could end the night of the number 7, Jeff Edgar, now into the infield grass, and we're going to have to go back to the yellow flag here and rewind it back just a little bit.
John Freely, he's the one who went up and over the 48. 48 gets into the 91, but the 91 kind of drifted up the track, and that is Nicole Kressel. Talking about that tight loose, she just loses the front end of the car, drifts up to the middle lane, tries to get back in line. 48's already there.
Yeah, you see Nicole Kressel right there in the 91. And this is in super slow motion right now. And she's going to get hooked there by the 48 machine. Going to go to the apron. 48's in it. He's going to get pushed by the 26. Here comes the 20. That's going to turn the 26 around. And the 26 is going to go for one heck of a ride up and over. Practically the 7. It's going to land on the side. So the 26 and the 7, heavy damage to both. Can't see them really coming back into this race here tonight. But the 26, John Freely, Tandy, one heck of a ride. We're going to have to get the cockpit view of that in real time here, because that was a ride.
Big ride indeed. Early in this race, 280 laps. So plenty of time to fix some damage, try and get back out there, but not what you're going to see early on in the race from some of the back runners.
Wow, what a heck of a wreck right there for the 26. And Mike Davenport in the chat, good to see him. Actually telling me to turn up my volume just a little bit, and I could definitely do that. We're going to crank her up, Mike, right there. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Let me know if it needs to go up or down from there. I'm a little bit under the weather, so that could be also a factor, but turn it up a little bit for you. Let us know if that's going to be better. You see John Freely, Tandy there after the wreck, just trying to get everything together. We're going to take you back live. There's the 7, Jeff Edgar, on pit lane, getting some damage fixed right now from his pit crew, as well as the 20 machine of Jose Gaudino. He's driving for the Flaming Karma Racing here tonight, but back up front, it is going to be the man, Joe Campbell from Northfield, Vermont, pacing all these street stocks around. Lap 18 of 280 in the books as we get set to go back green here at Charlotte.
99 coming off the pit road. May go lap down. Looks like he may have split off the pit road to go and get that lap back. But he taking the green flag. Usual suspects back up front here from what we've seen racing so far. The 04, 131, 60, and the 66, all respectively doing very well. Everyone came in there, got tires, so you're going to see a little bit harder racing yet again. The car's going to be a little more stable. I'm actually in the test drive right now. I'm going to take the green flag with these guys. I'll call it while I'm driving, just so I can just talk about what I feel in the car and what the handling is like as the run starts to go on.
Sounds like a great idea to give all our viewers some insight into what these drivers are feeling here tonight on this 1.5 mile track here at Charlotte. The pace truck is set to dive onto pit lane here in just a second as we get back ready to go green. It's going to be the 63 of Joe Campbell, Brett Meckes to the outside in that 66, rounding out the front row here. And we will have our first restart after the initial start of the race right now. Here comes the 63 into the Geico restart zone as we get ready to go back green here at Charlotte.
Really, really high entry from the 66 all the way up towards the wall. Thought he would have been a little bit lower, but the busting at the seams boys in the 04 and the 131 trying to roll, push clear there on the bottom. But as you roll through the gears here, top lane really doesn't get the run that it needs to. But everyone's starting to spread out, start to bide their time. Not really trying to get to track position, just trying to get to either a pit. I would love to get to these pit stops just to see what kind of strategy these guys pull and how hard these guys push these cars and girls on the entrance.
Yeah, pushing hard here right now, especially up front. It looks like Austin Edwards now making his way up to the front there from Brentwood, California. He was the 2022 champion, at least according to his biopic. So that's Austin Edwards there in the 18 machine on the bottom as he is trying to get closer and closer to the front here at Charlotte. The 88 just behind him. That's going to be Jason Seams. And it's another team right there busting at the seams, and it looks like they have a strong showing here tonight with their racing stable. So probably early in this race, you look a lot of those guys from that team. They're up front, and they're doing really well here.
Charlie Lawrence, he's in one of those different cars. Mostly everyone's in the Camaro, but he's in that old Monte Carlo looking style car. Right behind Derek Dirks, and Jared Mogard's starting to make his way towards the front. Again, he's a great tire saver. Raced with him in the Gen 6 cars. Knows what he's doing, and you can just tell on entry, he's about 3/4 throttle, trying to keep the car on the bottom of the lane. Almost half throttle to just stay in that line. But differences there, you saw Gerard Lawrence, he stepped out of line, kept it full throttle to get up to that high side. So interesting to see what the strategy is here with the tires, as I'm trying to sit here and make my way through the field to see how hard I can push the car. But it is tough. These cars are a handful. It doesn't matter how many laps you have on the tires. The wheels are left and right. I love these cars. Just so much moving going on. You see the moving up front going on with the 04 pushing the 66.
Well, you brought up Jared Mogard of Team JMR. You see him right there in that sporty-looking 00 with the American flag numbers right there. First career XCAL pole was at Iowa in 2024. His first and only pole position there. He had a web shop win at IRP in 24. He was the 2024 Dash Series champion. He was DQ'd at the end of the 24 web shop series after intentional wrecking Octavio Rondoletto at Legends Oval. So not the greatest end of the season for him last year, but it's his first year as a team owner in this series. So we'll have to see. You know, he spoke about him here early this race, and He is, you can see his inputs there in the right. Looks like Jared Mogard slowly but surely making his way to the front.
Buying their time on the bottom. Lawrence made that move up to the high side earlier. Now he's third in line on the top. Kind of single filing out behind the top 3 here, but the 2 and the 12, huge push on the outside line. They're going to get clear.
And the 2 and the 12, they are clear. I'll tell you what, looks like a Penske number 2 up there on the high line, getting pushed by a Penske 12. That's kind of what it looks like to me. Looks like the old Brad Keselowski and Ryan Blaney. They are right here to the front. So we come outside turn number 4 into the start-finish line. That's going to be the 2 of Jeremy Gillian leading that lap 25 now of 280 here tonight, as the 12 makes a dive to the bottom here in the entry of turn number 1.
Oh, man, 66 all out of shape. Everyone's going to check up there. Clip the apron just a tad, watching the 2 and the 12 drop to the bottom. But now everyone's single filed out. Lawrence made his way up to the front, just like we talked about. I just followed him all the way to the front to get in line, but that caused a huge stack up out back. And a little bit of separation now. You got 1 pack. You got about 2 packs separated if Andrews can't get the draft here of the 66.
And you see it looks like on Gerald Lawrence's quarter panel there, that's going to be J-Dogs Carpentry, one of our sponsors here tonight. Don't forget our sponsors, ButtKicker, J-Dogs Carpentry, Admin Box, JT's Mobile Pressure Washing, Tri-E Incorporated, and also a special shout out to Sim Racer Hub and Flaming Karma Paint Shop. Couldn't do this without the sponsors helping put XCAL's broadcast on here tonight from PGR eSports, as that 27 also carrying the ButtKicker logo as well here in 3rd place. It looks like up 18 spots if this is true here on my scoring monitor. So Jared Lawrence making a great dash from the back to the front here at Charlotte. So some good racing going on right now. We'll take it through the field just a little bit. A lot of single file action right now, all the way on back really. Nobody's double filed right now. So logging laps after that first caution. We have Steven Seams, Jose Godino, and Jeff Edgar all off pace on pit road right now. So 3 trucks out of the 22 already right now practically out of this race unless they're able to get enough repairs to come back out. But back up front is the 2 and the 12 leading.
Jeremy Gillett and Adam Gillett rolling strong there, pushing each other, getting the tandem on. But now you see the single file lines starting to catch up, starting to roll. Saved a little bit of tire there, it looks like, from the last 4 or 5 laps, and now they're starting to make the push back up towards the front, running that draft train to try and get around these 2 very, very strong competitors in the 2 and the 12, looking like Austin Cindric and Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, they really do. It's catching me off guard every time we're up front here featuring these guys. We'll get a good look from Adam Gillian's cockpit if we can, as he pushes in tandem Jeremy Gillian. So obviously teammates here, and you can just see him sawing on that wheel, man, turning that thing left into the corner there and side to side, just pushing. You can see through these cars a little bit better than you can see through the trucks, Xfinity and Next Gens that we are accustomed to seeing. Right through that back windshield there, you can kind of see almost straight through and practically drive yourself just through the front windshield of that. So a little bit better visibility here in these street stocks as you see these 2 now crossing the start finish line again. 1, 2, lap number 30 now. So we're taking them off a little bit here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, America's home for racing. Under the lights here, you see the big screen in the backstretch here, and a packed house to watch these guys do battle here in the XCAL Racing 420.
You see Mogard, he lets the 45 in line there. Now we're all single file out in this lead pack. He's back sitting here saving tires along with it looks like the 57 of Matthew Baer as well. Really trying to see what strategy comes in here, but I don't think the tire strategy is going to matter too much, because you get to about lap 33, that's when the tires really start to fall off a cliff in these cars. So you're going to see pretty much full throttle racing the entire time. It's just who's going to make that risky decision towards the end of the race to not take tires on that last stop.
Yeah, you see Matt Baer here from Kannapolis, North Carolina, and he is on the team Fast Lane Motorsports. He's the king of XCAL, and he must be addressed as the King Matthew the Bear. So we better get that right the rest of this race. He is King Matthew the Bear. He enters 2025 with 111 career starts, 8 wins here in XCAL, 54 top 5 finishes, 79 top 10 finishes, as he is the all-time leader in that category. He's got 14 poles, a team championship as a driver in 2021 as he drove for Austin Edwards in the 2023 Edwards Championship, drove for Jason Seams in the 2024 Seams Championship, and drove for a slew of other guys and teams. And he boasts a win in XCAL Racing's highest purse event ever, in a $3,000+ event. That is this man right now, Matthew the King Bear right there. So let's see if he can make his way to the front here tonight at some point, right there in the 57. Actually showing up as 81 on the racetrack.
Still single file all the way around here. But again, you start to see around that 20 lap mark on the tires, 15 to 20 laps, where the cars start drifting up. It starts to get a little bit tough to handle, and you're going to see where it separates the men from the boys, or the women from the girls, and they're doing a great job. Front 5 able to keep it together there. Mogard fell a little bit off the pace. I think he fell a little bit too far back. Now he's out of the draft. They're side by side back there towards the back.
We're going to bring up that track map for everyone here in the right corner of the screen. You see a lot of this pack right now in between turns 3 and 4. You got a few on the backstretch here, and a couple there in between turns 1 and 2, and a couple cars still on pit lane here tonight. That's going to be Jeff Edgar and John Freely Tandy involved in an early incident, and tonight we've had 1 caution thus far. Otherwise, we've been racing pretty clean here at Charlotte. We've yet to have green flag stop, but we are praying for one very soon. There's only 40% fuel in these machines here tonight, so hopefully we have quite a few green flag stops. Gilliant, your leader. Gilliant that's Jeremy Gilliant, your leader. Adam in second right now. Gerald Lawrence in third. Brent Meckes in fourth. Rounding out your current top 5, that's Sean Andrews.
Yeah, about halfway through this run, I think, till we get to the pit stops, about 15, 16 laps into the run, you can get about 32 laps, 33 laps if you're saving all the way to the end here, and I think that's what Jared Mogard's doing. I think he's trying to save a little bit. So is the 81 of the King, Matthew Bear. I'll keep that in mind next time. He's got a good paint scheme on, probably the king of the paint schemes. So we'll take it and run with it. These 2 stimulus cars, oh man, all out of shape. Jeremy Gilliant gets the bump from his brother there on the back bumper, but Lawrence got to the front and he hasn't relinquished it really, staying in that 3rd place. Made a great move earlier in the run to try and get out here.
Absolutely, single file here up front at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Action is fierce, even though we're single file. We've had a big wreck here early. It's put a couple of these street stocks out of business here so far. But nonetheless, it's been exciting here. It's something new and really fresh to see something different out here on the track. You see the 04 right there. The 04 is Sean Andrews. He's getting closer and closer to the very, very front of this race. Currently sitting in the 5th position. And it looks like another guy from that team busting at the seam. So like I said, quite a few guys on that team with some talent here tonight, all doing really well. So we'll see as this race goes on if they can continue that right now. So we'll have to check a little bit farther back. Look, Steven Rex there. He's in the 70 machine, getting pushed by the 37 of Arthur Hendren. So trying to bring all these drivers here tonight. Hopefully their family and friends have the broadcast link and they're able to tune in here on PGR eSports. I've been your host here, Michael Triscaro, my partner Matthew Baker, and like I said, thank you to XCAL for having us come out and doing this thing tonight, and hopefully we can go out with a bang here, have a really good race and a really awesome ending.
I'll be hitting with a little crank it up, Mike. I think you can get these cars cranked up and rolling around this 1.5 mile track here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Coming out of turn number 4, your leaders stay the same as Jeremy Gilliant and Adam Gilliant there in the 2 and the 12 with Jared Lawrence, Brett Meckes in tow, trying to reel them down. You see a couple cars going some more laps down here. They're going to jump to the apron, and all these leaders are going to go to the high side here in Charlotte, outside of turn number 2 and down the backstretch here as we are side by side with these lap down cars right now. They're going to get out of the way, and rightfully so, as we head down into turn number 3, and the action is picking up as we get closer and closer to what could be our first green flag stops of the night, and it is going to be wild. If you haven't seen them yet, here they are, the green flag pit stop rules. Rule changes for this year: no pit road speed limit after 10 laps. Obviously, that's going to be the rest of the way here tonight, are completed. Under green on any start or restart. Any driver who passes through pit road under green must come to a complete stop. You cannot use it as a shortcut to finish the event. So I'll tell you what, man, this is going to be pretty wild here to watch. We're so looking forward to this, and we're inching closer and closer to that stop.
That stop's coming up in about 6 or 7 laps, I would assume. Maybe a little bit longer, but the break that Mogard and that second pack needed, I think they're going to get it, because both packs have been kind of broken up with this lap car. Had a little bit of trouble getting through and around him towards the middle of this front pack, and that's kind of given a draft train back to those back 4 as they start to track him down a little bit, but we'll see how much time they're able to make up on the pit stop. But it's still all Jeremy Gillian out front, leading with a great push from his brother of Adam.
Yeah, what I'm curious to see big time here is, you know, how much more this race could possibly be spread out. If you're looking at the top 10 cars on the track, they're with all in a second and a half of each other. You got a little bit of a pack a little bit farther back from them, about 3 seconds back of them, you know, sitting around about the 4.5 range. So, you know, you got a good 14 cars, I believe, you know, all running within just under 5 seconds of one another before you got to look back from there. So, you know, we'll see what this green flag stop does. It's really going to separate, you know, some of these guys that have put in the practice, put in the effort to come down pit road at these speeds and get them all wound down and getting on those brakes into the pit stop and getting that Sunoco race fuel, getting whatever tires they need and getting on the road. So we'll see how long that takes them, and we could really be separating the men from the boys here shortly.
Get around the Cole in that second pack. Matthew Barr being pushed by Jared Mogard. Now that makes it 5 strong. Now can they track him down, get around this other lap car? That is the first car that it will be one lap down, and the only car that is one lap down in Cristiano Roca, with Kressel being 2 laps down, Seams being 7, Friley being 9, and Godinho being 15. I think Jeff Edgar still in pit lane and trying to get his repairs done. Looks like they put the front end back on it. They're out there banging the hood back out. The Hoosier tires are getting put back on it, and he should be out here shortly.
Yeah, closing on lap number 50 here tonight. All these cars hugging that blue line single file, getting ready for the first green flag stop here of the night. But we are cooking here at Charlotte. It's all been the 2 and the 12 early. But we'll see. That could change a big time here on the first stop of the night as we get through here the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we'll have to check here on the dashboard. You see heading 144 miles an hour here in the turn number 1, and we're going to exit that, go down here on the backstretch. And this is Adam.
A couple pit stops right now.
Well, pit road's gonna be a busy sight here right now. We'll leave that dashboard up so you can kind of see the speed action here. Here's your leaders here in case they do come down pit lane, and that they do.
Here they come.
Flying down pit lane.
Almost into the wall, able to gather it up. That was a great turn down pit road. Able to get it low down. That is Jeremy Gillian with a great entry. 1 out of shape. That's the 88. 2's going to have to back up into his box. A lot of people overshooting their box, as you see.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I couldn't stop but laughing up here as you just see everyone backing up on pit lane. But you got a really good shot right there from the chopper and the Goodyear blimp, and you could see in your bottom right-hand corner all their speeds going all the way down to get in these pit boxes. And I'll tell you what, man, that was funny. Great sight to see. Taking a long time to get fuel are these cars. They've gotten all their tires, and now we have some starting to pull off.
Well, pulling off, that is Steven Rex. He was the one who pulled him in front of the leaders, but he will make his way around. As you see, that looks like Arthur Henderson. He's going to roll off pit road, but a lot of long stops here for these cars.
Well, yeah, I did talk to the series owner. He did say something about, almost like a lawnmower gas can going to these things, so it's going to take a lot longer to fill them. So that's another, something that we didn't really kind of think about coming in here. To see all these cars peeling off pit lane here. Awesome view here. We got the exit of pit lane. We're going to go back up to the front if we can here and try to figure
I
out who
mean,
this
and
leader is
just
going to be.
look at the shuffle up that's happened. Brent Mex has a great stop. He gets out front in this lead pack. Gerard Lawrence, another great stop. Adam Gilliant with a good stop as well. But Matthew Baer, he is one of the gets one of the better stops of the series. He was in that second pack, was 4 seconds behind, and now he's trying to push Joe Campbell back up to this lead pack. So great run for him. Jeremy had a little bit of a slow stop, great entry, but slow exit for sure. Had to back up. You see Jared Mogard trying to get Derek Dirks out of line here, gets him a little bit out of shape, pushes him up the track, but everyone all spread out here. Austin Edwards is the leader right now. He was the one who stayed out on track, but I'm tracking Brent Mex is going to be the actual leader.
Yeah, Brent Mex is your leader. Right behind him, Jared Lawrence, but he's a little bit farther back. So, yeah, like I said, I was curious to see how this was going to affect the racing, and the longer we go green, I'll tell you what, it's going to get spread out even more because of the way these pit stops are. And you saw all those guys just diving down on the pit lane, a lot of them overshooting their box. Something, you're not going to be able to do as the race moves on. And it does take quite a bit of time to fill these street stocks up with Sunoco race fuel. It looks like they're able to take their Goodyear fresh rubbers and have to get off the jack there and take a lot of fuel. And it takes a long time to get these things full. But once they are, they're screaming off. And right now, Brett Mekas is the benefactor of that stop.
Looks like the 20 car, he's going to stay to the low side, and he will go yet another lap down. That is John Freely. They'll work their way around the lap cars. Brent Mex staying to the bottom side, but Gerard Lawrence staying up top. You're going to see Brent try and pull along this front four. That way they can still try and gap the people behind him. Steven Seams looks like he's coming down pit road. But great stops from everyone there. No real hiccups, and that was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it really was. Mike Davenport, a PGR regular in the chat here tonight, saying this is a very unique series and it looks like a lot of fun. And it sure does. Looks like a lot of fun from up here, calling the race here in the tower. And Mike, I'm sure this is something he'd love to do. I talked to him before this race, and he loves to do some street stock. So hopefully, maybe we'll see Mike Davenport over here dabbling in XCAL series at some point in 2025. And we hope to carry some more of these races here on the PGR eSports Network. Still haven't signed or confirmed anything as the future partakes. We're trying to build our broadcasting team up just a little bit. I know Matthew and Baker and I are pretty busy, so we'll do some more if we can, but we're hoping to lock something in here in the near future with some sort of broadcaster we can bring here to PGR eSports. We are a busy group. We have quite a few guys right now doing a lot of different leagues, and we do have the PGR 500 coming up. That's going to be here at the end of the month, the PGR 500, much like what the Podium 500 was for many years, and that's going to be at Daytona International Speedway in the next gen. So sign-ups are taking place right now, registration on pgresports.com. We hope to see a lot of these XCAL guys making the leap over there to the Super Speedway Money Racing community, and at least hop into one of the biggest races of the year coming up.
Well, I can tell you, if they do anything like they did their pit stops there, they're not going to have any problem getting the Xfinity truck or next gen slowed down. It's a lot easier than the street stock. It's a tough car to get slowed down to pit road speed, or sorry, to the pit box, not pit road speed, because they're blowing through that. But still, very impressive trying to get into their box from full speed. But yeah, you mentioned what we have on tap for this week, though. We've got tomorrow's the R&R season opener. That is RNR, not RMR, the Roughneck Racing Series opener at Daytona in the Cup cars, 9:30 with a 30-minute practice, 60 laps Probably have 2 heat races and 1 fast repair. $27 to come on out, $25 to the heat race winners, and top 10 are getting points. It'll be a 9-week series with no drops to see who can secure their spot in a championship. And James Wagner, he's done a lot for us at Wagner's Welding, him and his father. And I know he just sent me a message a couple hours ago saying that he was in the hospital because he got his hand cut, so he couldn't get it to stop bleeding. So our thoughts are with him for sure. But then after Thursday night, got PGR Intimidator Super Speedway Series first race of 2025 after the championship race last week that saw Daniel Falkingham take it home. We're gonna have our race in the Legacy Nationwide. We had a lot of good feedback from it last year, just haven't been able to get around and put it back on the schedule, but excited to see those cars back out on track and see the tandem racing that we were so excited to see.
Oh, absolutely. A lot on tap here. This is one of the busiest months at PGR eSports, and looks like it's going to be a busy time ahead for XCAL as well. Events throughout the entire year. Like I said earlier, make sure you check out their website at XCALRacing.com. We're going to take a little bit of a race break. We're going to get some commercials over to the viewers of some of our sponsors here tonight, and we'll take you high above in the Goodyear blimp so you guys can catch all the action here on the PGR eSports Network. Back here live at Charlotte Motor Speedway, high above, and Brett Mekis right now, your race leader. And you can see those 4-car breakaway right now with Gerard Lawrence, Austin Edwards, and Adam Gilliant. That's going to be your top 4. A little bit farther back, here's the next pack. It's going to be a pack of 7 cars of Joe Campbell, Matt Bear, Jeremy Gilliant, who was up there with Adam for a little bit. Lost him kind of on that round of pit stops. There you see Ryan Seams. He was an early race leader here tonight. Jared Mogar, Baker's mentioned quite a few times here tonight. Derek Durkis and Jimmy Johnson, not to be confused with the 7-time Jimmy Johnson, but right there, that's going to be your top 11 right now. It's going to be a little bit farther back here on the backstretch to Jason Seams, Sean Andrews, Scott Gilliant, and all the way back here to Stephen Ray. Arthur Hendren. It looks like he's going to still be on this lead lap, as in Cristiano Roca and Nicole Creasel. But after that, Stephen Seams, John Freely Tandy, Jose Gadino, and Jeff Edgar right now. Well off pace in this one, and just trying to log some laps here tonight. But here's the battle for the lead between the 66 and the 27.
What I'm seeing is the battle for the lead not really heating up, but what I'm seeing is the second pack starting to run down these 4 cars. It's going to make it an 11-car race there, with Jimmy Johnson there being the last car on that second pack. But you see a move there from the 91 on the bottom side. She's going to go a lap down. She'll go 3 laps down, actually, with the 48 Cristiano Roca going 2 laps down. They've kind of stuck it together, but that's going to break up that front pack and give the draft to this backpack to try and catch up. But a little bit of shuffling back there. Looks like Matthew Bear is going to get in front of Joe Campbell. Joe Campbell is going to shuffle all the way to the high side and go all the way towards the back.
Yeah, this is sure to heat up here shortly as we get close to lap 75 here tonight. We're going 280 laps around this 1.5 mile speedway here in Charlotte, so a lot of racing left on the table, but you know, it's definitely, action is definitely going to pick up, so love to see. And you know, we'll have another round, probably plenty more rounds of green flag stops here tonight. The first one super exciting, and you could tell how much it could change you know, the dynamic of this race. And the longer we do go green here tonight, you know, the more spread out it could possibly get. But right now you're seeing the second pack inch closer and closer to the front of this level. Once they do, you know, the race will be on.
Yeah, the race is on right now for these lap cars. The 7-car leading that charge, Jeff Edgar, but they're going to try and fall away to the leaders here, let them take the bottom side, get around these cars, but that's just going to increase the train and pull this second pack back, as there's also a connector for the draft train, if you will, for Matthew Bear, getting a big push there, trying to get back to these guys. That way they can even up and get ready for these pit stops yet again.
And single file racing a little bit farther back. You see the 7, they're going to try to get back down into the draft of these leaders, and so he can keep logging laps here. Unfortunately for Jeff Edgar, showing in a 22nd position right now out of Miami, Florida. So a lot of work to do for him. Probably not going to be his night, but nonetheless trying to get some points and get some experience here in this XCAL series here on lap number 75. See Jared Mogar, we've spoken a lot about him here tonight, methodically picking off different cars throughout this field, methodically doing it his own way as he makes his way to the front here tonight, as this second pack keeps creeping ever so closely to the front of this field. You see Joe Campbell in the 63. He led early. He's going to be a little bit farther back in that 63, that gold, metallic gold and black machine, as he just trying to keep that car clean right now and log some more laps. It's a long night here at Charlotte. These drivers sawing on that wheel nearly every lap, so more power to them. It's a little bit easier sitting up here in this booth, but looks like some exciting times out there on the track. Makes me want to kind of hop in myself and test one of these things
Yeah, I see a couple pit stops from Jason Seams, Scott Gilliant, and Jose Trevino. It looks like, or sorry, Stephen Rex, further back. But the pit stops should be coming here soon. About 26 laps into the run that we were on there. Had pit stop at lap around 50. So I'm looking for pit stops here in the next about 3 or 4 laps from these guys. The second pack doing a great job trying to track them down. They're just about 3 seconds back off the pack. They brought it down to 2.2, but the shuffling of the lap car kind of hindered their progress. But it's all about how you get on the pit road here.
Yeah, it sure is, and get on the edge of your seat. It's going to be another fun round of pit stops here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 66 right now, leading the 27 here, as it's been now for quite a while since we had the first round of green flag stops. So far tonight, one caution early on in this race, as we saw, I believe it was John Freely Tandy go for a ride up and over on the onto the banking and almost into the catch fence there. So heck of a ride for him. That was the biggest action as far as wrecks here in this race. But I'll tell you what, action's going to pick up later. Definitely the last 20, 30 laps of this race, as long as we can keep a big enough pack, which I think we will. Like I said, we see these cars here in the second pack be able to inch closer and closer to the front. But right now, getting on the edge of their seats here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for these pit stops. We'll take you through all those pit stops, and if we stay green, we'll catch another race break very shortly. But I want to thank all the people in the chat and watching at home. PGR eSports, would love if you can drop us a super chat here tonight. Super chat, go to the broadcasters at PGR eSports, and be a great, grateful thing. Thankful if you guys do that. If not, no big deal, but drop in those super chats if you can. As the 66th log in another lap and another lap led here tonight. We do have a race coming up tonight. It won't be broadcasted, but PGR eSports will have a recruitment race for the PGR 500 coming up here tonight at the 11 o'clock hour. So won't be able to catch that, but it should be another.
Oh man, contact up front. 27 gets into the 66. Looks like he is able to hold it together though. Had a little bit of issues with the number 7, the lap car there. Gets up into the wall. We all keep it together. That's going to bring this second pack right into the picture here, coming up on the pit stops as well.
It really is. We'll take you high above to see how everything is now spread out. Austin Edwards, the biggest beneficiary of that. He is going to be your leader right there in the 18 car. Right behind him, the 12 of Adam Gilliant. So, wow, that was, you see the sparks were flying there. Man, I thought we were going to get a caution, but they were able to save it. So, man, wow, we almost had something out of nowhere there. You got to be careful there of these lap cars, but we stay green here and we get closer to that green flag stop. But scary moment there for the 66 of Brett Meckes and the 27 of Gerard Lawrence.
Yeah, it looks like his toe may be out of line. That's why you see him pushing up the track in the 66 of Brett Meckes. Nothing wrong that the 27 did there. It's just the lap car of the number 7 kind of wasn't really making up his mind of what he wanted to do there. But you may be seeing some pit stops here in the next couple laps. See 37 pull down onto the apron, going to come back up the track. Makes it work though. But you see the 81 tracking down. That is Matthew Baer to the back bumper with the 2 pushing. And Austin-centric looking scheme of Jeremy Gilliant. Jared Mogard right behind with Derek Dirks. Joe Campbell, John Friley, and then Jason Seams as well. But everything's spread out, but now it's all starting to condense back together again. As you see 5 cars in the front pack, 6 cars in the second pack, getting ready for these green flag pit stops.
Yeah, super exciting times here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Well, I wanted to take you back to the incident, but we don't want to miss these green flag stops, and here we come. Man, the speed on the pit road. Holy cow, here comes the 81, and you see him come slot in here.
Brett Meckes with a great stop. 131 going to look like he slides through the box. The 63 gets into this box as well as Matthew Baer in that 81 car. The 91 comes to a stop. And you probably see the second group coming here on this next pit stop. That will be Austin Edwards with James Johnson, Jeremy Gilliant, and Jeff Edgar.
Looks like Edwards is going to stay out. Here comes Adam Gillian, 140 miles plus an hour. He's going to get all the way down. He gets down to 70, 60, 50 as he gets into his pit stall, third pit stall for him. He's going to slide all the way to a stop, and a perfect entry for that 12 car of Adam Gillian. We're going to go back up to Austin Edwards. He is now drafting, I believe, with the 18 is Austin Edwards. Looks like the 39 machine of Jimmy Johnson, and you got to expect Edwards to come in. Here he does.
Great entry there. Takes the turn all the way up to the wall. I'm almost touching the wall by about a foot, but gets slowed all the way down there. Very conservative stop from him. Make sure he doesn't slide through the box, and he gets into his pit box wall.
Yeah, he sure does. And right now he was being scored your leader, so we'll have to see how this shapes out. He did stay out an extra lap here tonight, so we'll have to see if that's going to pay off for Austin Edwards. Brent Meckes, Gerard Lawrence, Jared Mogard looks like right now being scored in the top 5, but we'll have to see once it all cycles through who in fact will be your leader. Here comes Austin Edwards off pit road. Sorry, Adam Gillian.
Yeah, Adam Gillian. Yep, Adam Gillian and Jeremy Gillian off pit road. Edwards still in his pit box. But those should be the next two that be right around him. But this is really, really spread out the field. Brent Mex, he had a great stop, as well as Gerard Lawrence. They're all tucked up together with Jared Mogard, another good stop. Austin Edwards looks like he is off pit road now, exiting pit roads. He gets a great stop by staying out by himself. He's able to not congest really the lanes, and he's able to get to the speed that he wants to in a safe spot where he knows he won't slide through, and he's going to hit off into the backstretch, come up onto the banking in front of the 12 of Adam Gillian and 66 of Brent Mex and Gerard Lawrence. They both got away with murder there. Oh man, big stack up there towards the middle as they try and all get in line, shuffle it out, get ready to go. Jared Bogart into the back of Lawrence, but all able to shuffle it out and try and work around Edwards.
Some really good views there from the Goodyear blimp here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. You see the big lead the 18 had, but it shrinks really quick when the 12 and the train of street stocks behind him come in the draft. As the 18 right now, while he had a great stop, it's not going to pay off. He's going to swing back here, it looks like, to the 5th position, maybe even the 6th position here, as the 12 of Adam Gillian's going to beat your new race leader with Brent Meckes behind him and Gerard Lawrence. So the 27 and 66 we like to talk about because they were involved in an incident not too shortly before the green flag stops. Luckily for them, they were able to save it and keep the 4 Goodyear tires on the track. Actually, probably Hoosier tires here in this series, but the 66 and the 27 looks like they were able to recover from their incident right now, sitting in 2nd and 3rd.
Well, the King, Matthew Bear, had a great stop, just didn't have any help. Now he's going to get the 2 to the back bumper with 39 following him. That is Jimmy Johnson and Jeremy Gilliat to the back bumper now of Matthew Bear to try and track down this front 6, but they need more cars. They're going to lose some time here. They'll keep losing seconds. They'll fall back to 4 seconds now off the pace for what these front 6 are doing.
Yeah, the front 6 stout here right now, packed behind them of 3 cars. That is going to be led by, it looks like, Matt Bear Sr. and Jeremy Gillian, who had a little bit problem on his first stop, I believe, of the night. And you see the 39 right there of Jimmy Johnson. So they're going to try to log some lags here, but they're going to have to pick up some steam. But they're going to want to get to this front 6 cars right now, because they're looking like they're going to run away with it right now. We are 10 laps shy of the magic number of 100. We're going 280 laps here tonight, so practically a third of the way through right now. So, but some good racing overall. Only 1 caution here on the night, as Adam Gillian's going to lead here. We will take a race break shortly, but we'll stay with you guys here at Charlotte. Going back through the field just a little bit, there's Arthur Hendren. He is on track there in the 37 machine, and he's in tow of the 7, Jeff Edgar, who's being currently scored in the last place position. Steven Rex right now. He is fighting right there in the 70 with the 88 machine, as well as Sean Andrews here in the 04. So some guys a little bit farther on back here.
And you see they're losing about 3 to 4 tenths a lap there. That of Matthew Bear and Jeremy Gillian. It looks like they swapped positions to get Bear pushing on Gillian since he probably ran out of temps there. It's pretty tough to do that in these cars, but once you're trying to push and make pace, it's pretty easy to if you stay tucked up for a long time. And there's no one doing better than that than Brett Mex to Adam Gilliat with Lawrence following him.
And we'll talk about Gerard Lawrence a little bit here tonight of Fastlane Motorsports. His first career win at Bristol, baby, in 2024. He enters the 2025 season with 7 prior starts, 1 win, 3 top 5s, and 5 top 10s. So a very good driver here in the 27 of Gerard Lawrence. So look to see him keep making his way. Well, he's in the front, but making his way to the very front if possible. But right now, just trying to keep those tires on the track and staying clean, especially with probably a little bit of damage from his incident with the 66. But here comes that guy we've been talking about since the very beginning, Jared Mogard, here in the double zero.
It's just single file right now, all throughout the field, trying to bide their time. You know, we're only about 80 laps into, we're 94 laps into a 280 lap race. So a lot of time to lock down and think about what moves you're going to make towards the end of the race. But for right now, it's just logging laps, trying to get to the end of this race so you guys can go home early.
Well, hopefully we'll see. Dirkus right now, he is in the top 5 of Riding Dirty. He is second at Chicago after starting 19th, 2024. Only 2 prior XCAL Racing Web Shop Series starts entering 2025. So pretty raw here for Derek, but he is holding his own here tonight in that 45 machine for Riding Dirty here in the top 5. So newer driver or not, it looks like he's got the talent to keep up with the best of them here in XCAL. And so far, so good for the 45 machine. Lap number 96 of 280 will take a race break here at lap number 100. We've had 1 caution, 2 green flag stops here tonight, and some action-packed racing in between. You see the 91 right there. Going another lap down. That is Nicole Kriesel there. So we'll see if we can get some background on Nicole Kriesel before we take that race break. We are not seeing... Oh, we are. From Flaming Karma Racing. They say she's a nervous rookie with 3 prior starts, all back in 2023. And her nickname, Nicole, that's what she said, Kriesel. So getting some more seat time, logging some laps here is that 91, and hopefully to see her keep, finish this race and take the experience she's able to gain on into the remainder of the XCAL Racing Series season. So awesome to be out there and awesome to see that purple and pink 91 doing battle.
Yeah, doing battle, keeping the car clean after the early incident. She got a black flag for that incident, but just trying to keep the car clean to see if there's some cautions towards the ends, maybe get some laps back, and have a chance here at the end. But it's all about trying to log these clean laps and get ready for these green flag stops yet again. 33 laps have been going fast here for these green flag stops, so you've got to pit around 84, 85. So we'll be looking at pit stops at about 20 more laps, 20 to 22 more laps from these guys, and we'll do it all over again and see how it cycles out. But these front 6 have done a great job for the first 100 laps.
Yeah, they really have. As we get right to that 100 lap mark here as Adam Gillian is going to get us to the start-finish line here very soon. And we will set our sights set on the second third of this race here tonight. But the 12 is your leader, and he is leading the 66 of Brett Meckus, Gerard Lawrence third, Jared Mogard fifth, Derek Durkis fifth, as we will take a break here on PGR eSports. Back
out of
here
the
at
session.
Charlotte Motor Speedway here for PGR eSports Network action, picking up here at the front of your pack. Adam Gillian still your leader, Brett Meck is second, Gerard Lawrence third. But action packed here. Right here you see this pack high above. It's about 7 or 8 cars here right now battling side by side. And as soon as, yeah, we went for a little break there, come back, and these guys starting to race.
Yeah, you see 2x2 action all over the place as we get closer to that third pit stop that we'll be looking at. 2x2 throughout the field. Number 12 car doing a great job on the high side, leading. You got Jared Bogart stuck on the bottom now with a lap car in front of him.
Yeah, Jared Bogart, he has made his way all the way up here to the second position here. Man, he has been tire saving all night long. I bet you right now the odds are swinging in his favor to get the job done here tonight. You always see the live betting odds for practically every sport nowadays, and right now it's been Jared Bogart. He's been really high at the plus to start the race, and he's inched all the way down here to practically being the race favorite now. Is that 00? Hopefully he didn't jinx him right now. He's going to push that 70 machine. I believe the 70 right now actually is scored in the 15th position. So your race for the lead right now is that 12 and 0 are side by side here on the backstretch here at Charlotte under the lights here tonight. Packed house, and we are enjoying this racing here tonight from the booth as we are jockeying for some position here right now. Here goes the 66. As this 70's getting up a good fight. I'll tell you what, if he was up front with these boys, he's got the speed right now. Is that 70 of Steven Rex, but he needs to get some laps back here tonight and see if he can do some damage here later in the race.
Still trying to sort it all out with these lap cars. Looks like they're starting to shuffle back down towards the bottom of 66, doing a great job. After that early incident up into the outside wall. Oh, one in the outside wall towards the back. It's a lap car. But 12 still rolling that outside line. The 70 out front leading the bottom. Getting a push from the 66. Jared Bogart follows behind them.
And we'll take you through the field here for the whole field for the first time here tonight. There's your leader, the number 12 of Brent. Or sorry, that's changed by the minute right now. But Adam Gillian up here in the 12 spot. And then you're going to be here in second place, actually now being scored your leader at 66. That is Brent Meckes. Jared Bogart here in the 00 being scored in third. Gerard Lawrence in the 27 machine there, and that blue and teal being scored in the fourth position. Rounding out your current top 5 there is Derek Durkis right there, and Austin Edwards. He was your race leader after that last round of green flag stops. He's now being scored in your 6th position. Jeremy Gillian so far trying to make his way back to the front from a little bit mishap on that first pit stop here today. He is being scored in the 7th position, with Matthew the King actually is being scored in 8th. Ryan Seams right now running right there in the 131. He did lead this race earlier. He's being scored in the 9th position, rounding out your top 10. Another early race leader here tonight, Joe Campbell. Go a little bit farther back, all the way back to Scott Gillian. He's going to be scored in the 11th position right now, with Arthur Hendren behind him in 12th. Steven Rex, he's actually all the way up front here, trying to get his lap back, actually. Try to get back on this lead lap later at some point with the caution, or kind of just race his way back if he can. So, 70 doing a really good job right now. He could become a favorite if he's able to get his lap back here tonight. Jimmy Johnson farther back from him. He's in the 39 machine. That'll be in the 14th position. And top 15 right now, that's going to be Sean Andrews. Cristiano Roca is being scored in the 16th position. You can see some damage to the left front fender there of the 48 machine right behind Cristiano. That's going to be Nicole Creasel. We talked a little bit about her tonight. She's being scored in the 17th position. Steven Seams right there in the 99, hometown West Paris, and he, look right there, he said he just turns left, hopes for the best. I like that out of Steven Seams. That's pretty funny right there. Jason behind him, he's going to be on pit road here. John Freely Tan, he's going to be scored in the 19th position. as Jason seems here at the pit road right now. Is being scored in 20th. Jose Godino, he's back on track there in the 20, driving for Flamingo Karma Racing in 21st. And Jeff Edgar from Miami, Florida, of Cold Storage Sales, Service, and Repair. He is being scored in the 22nd position. So that's your field here tonight for the first race of XCAL Racing Web Shop Series 2025. This is the XCAL Racing 420 powered by the next commercial here tonight, which is ButtKicker. Sorry to miss. We do have some green flag stops here at Charlotte, and that is Derek Dirks right now. Here is your new race leader, Austin Edwards. He has stayed on the racetrack to go a little bit longer than some of these guys. Apologies here from myself and Matthew Baker in the booth. We had just gone to commercial break right before this next round of green flag stops, so we're trying to catch some of them right now. I think it'll be Austin Edwards, the next to come down right now. He's got to be getting low on fuel there in the 18 machine, as we'll see him get to pit road. We'll go to the chopper view here, see if he's going to come in here. He will not. He's going to stay out there on the racetrack, getting drafted there with the 70 of Steven Rex, who's actually on the lead lap currently. So hoping for a kind of a caution right now would be Steven Rex. There's the 27 in the picture. That's Gerard Lawrence, but he's going to probably be, you know, a few laps behind them until this 18 and 70 car here end up pitting. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. But right now, Austin Edwards, your leader. See Brett Meckes a little bit farther back. He's actually most likely going to cycle all the way to the lead of this race. Jared Mogard behind him. So looks like Brett Meckes, Jared Mogard, awesome stops for them. Here comes Austin Edwards. So we'll have to see. Oh, he's going to overshoot his pit stall. He's going to have to get in reverse, get back in so he can take service to this 18 machine. Going up on the jacks on the right side. It's going to be two Hoosier tires there on the right as he goes back around here. Gets flat, and they're going to jack up that left side of that machine here. Get some more Hoosier tires on that left side. Filling it up with Sunoco race fuel, and it takes a while to fuel these street stocks. So as soon as it's fueled up, Austin Edwards is going to peel off pit road here and see how he blends in with Brent Meckes and Jared Mogard, the two guys right now fastest on their entry and exit of pit road. So going to be very, very curious to see how this plays out, as Austin Edwards, who was very fast on his last pit stop, if he can keep up with the 66 and the 00. We'll ride with the 00 right now in his cockpit as we await the 18 to come off pit lane. We'll pull up that track map really quick so you can kind of keep track. There goes the 18. He is on the move, as these two cars right now actually going to pass the 18. So the 18 is going to go down a little bit to these guys. It's Brent Meckes now in the lead. Hometown Allentown, and Jared Mogar right behind him. There is Derek Dirks. He's getting that draft off the 00. Adam Gilliant now, he's in fourth, and he's gonna have to catch the main pack. So another green flag stop and some more jumbling of this field. And right now, I'll tell you what, with these green flag stops, definitely bringing a different dynamic to this race, and you can really see who now is rising to the top.
Definitely seeing this right in the cup. Sorry, I have some technical difficulties trying to load into iRacing right now, so I will be back momentarily. Sorry to leave you high and dry, Mike, but you'll figure it out.
That I will. We got some side-by-side action up front right now with some lap-down cars, the 22 and the 48. So we'll have to keep an eye. I know we were talking about, I believe it was Steven Rex. He's still out there. Not sure if he pit or not, but he is up there in the top 10, actually being scored in 7th right now. So Steven Rex doing a really, really good job in that 70 machine. Off sequence just a little bit from Team Riding Dirty here, but get a great push and shove from Gerard Lawrence, the two. A little bit farther back, Jeremy Gillian behind him. We are spread out now, more so, you know, in the middle pack all the way to the rear of the pack. The 22 right now and the 28 just fighting to stay up, you know, in fighting distance of these leaders. But we'll see. They're causing some problems right now for these leaders side by side with Jared Mogard, and he's got to be careful of the 22 right there. Got loose a little bit, got up, almost doored the double zero, and you're going to see Jared go a little bit higher on the track, give himself some more room. Jared Mogard actually to the point now here at Charlotte.
Mogard making his way towards the front, doing a great job of that, and look out for him to keep the momentum up and keep rolling on that high side.
Well, right now, you know, it's I believe it's Scott Gillian, if I'm not mistaken, that is one lap down. He'd be your lucky dog. So that's why that 22 machine you see right there, Stimulus Racing there on the side, is fighting so hard, tooth and nail, to try to stay on this lead lap. He's fighting, I believe, with Hunter Hendren, who's off pace a little bit in the 37 machine, farther back on the racetrack. So who's, you know, in jeopardy of actually going down another lap here shortly. So you know, Scott Gillian in a good spot right now. If he can get a caution some point between now and the end of the race. We are, you know, 125 laps in now of 280. We are starting to clock them off here faster and faster because these guys are just staying green, they're staying clean, and they're trying to avoid that $1 incident point $1 for every incident point here tonight.
Yeah, if we had some of our guys running, they'd be adding up to about $20-$30. So, lucky for them, none of them are in this race, but I'm sure we'll see $20 or $30 go to waste tomorrow night in the R&R Series Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We'd be a lot more money flying around. Not sure if we'd have anyone left, but nonetheless, great for this type of racing and this type of car here in this league to keep it clean. So, very nice to see that. Race will be halfway when we get to that 140 lap mark, which we're inching closer and closer to. That'll be our next race break here of the night. As we see Derek Durkis now. I think that's the first time he's led here tonight. The 45 riding dirty there on the side. That black and red machine now has sailed to the front of this field. Looking stout, looking fresh. Here comes the 12 on the high side by side with the double zero of Mogard. We are racing here in Charlotte. These guys having a little bit of fun here as we get to the halfway point. You see the track map now, cars all over this 1.5 mile speedway here in America's home for racing. Really cool facility. Been to Charlotte many times for NASCAR Cup Series, the Coke 600. Always a good time down there in Charlotte. Great city. A lot of the NASCAR drivers, obviously most all of them, live there around Lake Norman and parts down there. Got to bring my wife to Charlotte a couple years ago. We stayed down in Charlotte, got to drive up to North Wilkesboro Speedway for the return of North Wilkesboro, which was something really cool for me to do. It was a racetrack I followed when it was dormant and the weeds were going through. I got a fascination for some reason with old school things that are kind of just lying in the weeds, and followed this, saved the Speedway for a long time, and it was really cool to see them bring that place back to life up there in North Wilkesboro. I believe it was about an hour or so plus drive from downtown Charlotte. Really cool place. I encourage anyone who has a chance to give that a try one time. It is as old school as it can get, and left the old Winston mural up on the wall down there, so pretty cool, man. It's like going to a almost like a high school football game in an old stadium. So But a little bit down south from there, right here, just outside of Charlotte in Concord, North Carolina, sits a world-class facility here, Charlotte Motor Speedway. You got the drag strip, I believe the 4-wide drag strip outside this place, as well as dirt track, which is usually the last race for the World Outlaws. It's their championship race each year, so really cool facilities down here in Charlotte. As Adam Gilliott right now back to the point in the 12, getting a great shove by Brent Meckes.
Brent Meckes doing a great job there, getting a push, giving a push to the 12 car of Gilliott, and passing 88 car here on the high side. Or sorry, on the bottom side, going around with the 45 until the 66. Jared Mogard falls on line 4th, and you see Matthew Baer. He's made his way back up after going to that second pack for that third run, fourth run that we did. But now he's back up in this lead pack, and we've got, only about 5 cars here really in this lead pack.
Yeah, and we're gonna go up top so you can kind of see this lead pack go and the speeds they're carrying here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. These things get in the mid 140s here, obviously a lot slower than NASCAR's Cup Series trucks and Xfinity car, but race a lot different. You can tell here as they get into the turns and outside the turns. You can really look when you're kind of looking at that chopper cam, which we can bring up really quick as well, how much these cars are moving here in the draft. But so far so good here up front. And take a look at these speeds. They're out there right now in about the 36-second range. The best laps of the night kind of been in the 35-second range, so not too far off. So not really having that much fall off right now. So we'll see as this run goes on what these tires do. But so far right now, racing is back kind of single file as we try to kind of go through the field a little bit. There's the 27, 18, and 2. They've all kind of led laps here tonight. They're a little bit farther back trying to catch that main pack. You see Jimmy Johnson there as well, just kind of all by himself in no man's land outside the draft. Seems Campbell, and it looks like Andrews actually fell off the draft as well. So yeah, slowly but surely it's gonna get weeded out to maybe a 5-horse race here tonight if we do stay green.
Hopefully it does stay green, because it's been great racing, although single file. It's nice to see some clean racing going on here throughout the field, so excited to see if we can keep this clean and green for 280 laps with only 1 caution in between.
Yes, for sure. Just trying to get some things handled here for the PGR eSports side here tonight. We've kind of gone through the weekly schedule, so anyone here watching the XCAL race here tonight, hopefully can join the PGR eSports Discord. Definitely on YouTube here tonight. Give us a subscription. We're going to try to make our way to 1,000 subscriptions at some point here in 2025. And with all your help here watching this race, we talked about those super chats. If you can, feel the need here tonight, we do allow super chats now here on our YouTube channel. They'd be much appreciated by anyone watching this race tonight. Larry McDonald actually popped in the chat and laughing at Baker's honesty on the incidents with our other group, as we'd like to call them here tonight. And everyone would be at about $20 to $30, by the time we added up all their incidents, and that is very, very true. And wow, Mogard almost into the 45, dooring each other here. 3 wide now with the 91. We do have a little bit of action here on the track with some lap down cars, and that's been most of the action since we've had all these green flag stops. I think there's now been 4 of them right now, as we are a couple laps now away from halfway.
Laps away from halfway, but it's heating up right now, and it's exciting to watch, exciting to call here halfway through the race here. But Mogard doing a great job along with the 66 car, and Gilliott's been doing great. Lost his brother early on in the run, but still keeping it strong up front here. And you got Meckes, Dirks, Baer, and then Lawrence will be the first car that is 3.6 seconds back, trying to track them down. They got a long train of cars falling behind these leaders, so maybe they're going to be able to gain some time here and try and track them down.
Yeah, that they will. There's that 70. I'll tell you what, man, this guy won't go away. It is Steven Rex. And he's done a great job up here with these leaders. Now back down a lap. So he is looking for that lucky dog if he can get it at some point. He's fighting Scott, I believe Scott Gilliott for that. So it's going to be a dogfight right now, and we'll see. You know, this is our first call here for XCAL. We'll have to see as the race gets in its later stages how more aggressive these drivers will get when they do get vying for not only the win, but the cash prize is here tonight. So, yeah, here we go. Lap 139 coming to lap 140, which will be the halfway point in the XCAL Racing 420, powered by ButtKicker. And as we get to the halfway point here right now, we'll take you for a ride with some of our sponsors here tonight, and they are going to be obviously ButtKicker, as this is powered by ButtKicker, J Dogs Carpentry Admin Box, JT's Mobile Pressure Washing. Bring some of these guys up here as well on the screen. There's J-Dogs going to be showing up in your left corner here. Give them a like here tonight as well. Got Try Eat Incorporated, and shout outs to that Sim Racer Hub. Keeping points here for the Web Shop Series in 2025, and Flaming Karma Paint Shop. But we're going to take you here on a race break. We are halfway through right now. The 60, Brett Meckes, your leader. Back here live at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the XCAL Racing 420, powered by ButtKicker here on the PGR eSports Network. It's a late night here at Charlotte. Baker and I trying to get through some of this green flag racing. I know we'll get some more action here in the later stages of this race, but right now it's a butt whooping here up front as caution is out. The yellow flag is out. Not sure exactly why, but that sure is going to change everything here in this race.
Looks like in turn 2, the 22 gets turned by the 27. 22 up the track, tries to come back down, comes across the nose of the 27 into the wall.
So Gerard Lawrence, we're going to have to back this way up. It didn't come up on the scoring unfortunately. So we're going to back this way up, unfortunately, the old manual way. And there's where we're going to be looking at here. We'll get in that chopper cam. There's the 22 and the 27, the 18 in tow, as well as the 2. Slow this down for everybody right here. And 27 on the back bumper of the 22, getting down here into the turn. He's going to come down a little too much all the way to the blue lane. It's going to skip the 22 up the racetrack a little bit. He's got position on him here. He is underneath the 22, and it looks like the 22 tries to take a spot back, but it's not there. And I think the 27 there did what he was supposed to do. 22 probably had to give up that spot, and I know 22 maybe racing for the 22 is going to be a hard hit in the outside wall. Probably racing to get that lucky dog, but now heavy damage to the front end of the 22. Front end damage also to the 27 here, as the second caution of the night has flown.
Yeah, unfortunate. There we had good green flag racing as we were about to approach 140 laps to go here. And we will now, under caution, approach that 140 lap mark right at the halfway point. And I'm excited to see the end of the race here. It looks like the race control is calling it as a netcode incident.
Well, netcode incident is going to send the 22 for one heck of a ride. And we'll see right here. If we can see that netcode just a little bit. There's the 27 inside. And, man, I don't know. I think I'm not seeing the netcode too much there myself. Grab the cockpit here, the 27. And I'll tell you what, the 22 just didn't want to lose that real estate. And there's the move right there. He had the line, and it looked to me like the 22 just came down. We'll hop in the cockpit of the 22 as well here. And that is Scott. We'll try to see if we could see his wheel. Yeah, I just think he was didn't really see. He didn't have that spot. He lost the spot. Probably needed to stay up the racetrack just a little bit. Let those guys kind of go around. And now heavy damage there for the 22, who is now on pit road. Probably getting fuel and tires, but also fixing that damage as we speak. So on pit lane, here's Scott Gilliatt in the 22 machine for Stimulus Racing there on the side. He's carrying that Web Shop Series logo, as well as J-Dog's carpentry, which you see in the bottom left hand screen of the broadcast here tonight. Those Ford Hoosier tires going on there with the white rims. But unfortunately for Scott here, sitting on pit lane as we get close to the 150 lap mark here tonight. And we'll take you back up front. Your leader, Adam Gilliant. And actually, it's going to be Austin Edwards. He's made his way back to the front of this one here in the 18 machine for busting at the seams. So, big turn of events here, just past the halfway point. Rex finally gets his lap back in the 70. So that's a good sign for him. Andrews and Hendren now, they're going to be fighting for the lucky dog. Roca in 14, 3 laps back. Gilliant's in the pits. Johnson in the pits. Creasel's 5 laps down. Seams 8 laps down. Freely 10. Godino 16 laps down. Seams 18. And Edgar 35 laps down. So with Steven Rex now being back on the lead lap, he was strong racing a lot around these leaders. So look for him to make a charge up here to the front. You see Matt Bear right there in the 81. He's coming off pit lane right now. There's Arthur Hendren. And he is going to be fighting and battling for his lucky dog position here. As the pace truck lights are out, we will go green next time by here at Charlotte. 2 cautions now on the night. Plenty of green flag stops and high action on pit lane. Business might be picking up now. We are going to be closing in 30 laps from now on 100 laps to go in this one. Getting to be a late night here on the East Coast, 9:42 p.m. take you up here as we get set to go back green here at Charlotte. And the green flag back out here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we come on to lap number 150. Here's the restart. The green flag is out. The cameras are flashing. And the 18 and 12 lead them down side by side. We'll see if business picks up. And it is double file, and it's not been like that for quite some time since we've had a caution. That was a long green flag run. I believe, if I counted correctly, 4 green flag pit stops. But now it's 2 by 2, and we'll see if cautions breed caution. Still a little bit early to take some chances here tonight.
Oh man, Edwards all out of shape going up all the way to the top of the racetrack, 3 wide as he's going to get by. Mogard's going to get by. The 27 going to get by, involved in that incident earlier, but all bent out of shape. Went from the lead back to about 8th place.
Yeah, 8th place back for Austin Edwards. He had restarted this race in 1st place, and now it's Brent Meckus back to the point. Man, I'll tell you what, he's led quite a bit of laps here tonight as well. But this definitely changes things. That caution changes a lot in this race. And now 11 cars here on the lead lap. And a couple guys fighting for lucky dogs. Some laps, you know, others hoping and praying there's some more cautions to try to get some of their laps back here tonight. And now with the leaders all bunched up instead of spread out, you know, there's a new dynamic here. So, you know, the chase is on right now to get to the next green flag stop. I'm sure we'll have a couple more at least here tonight. We are now, looks like single file mostly through this pack. A couple there on the outside. Doing a really good job right now is Brent Meckus and Derek Durkis. We talked about Steven Rex. I've talked about him at least. He's in the top lane there, pushing to 131. Ryan Seams, who's now back in this race, along with the 63 of Joe Campbell. So with this caution coming out, they're able to get back here up near the front of this one, and we'll see what these cars can do. They were very strong in the early going, and we'll see if they can make their way back here to the front as we come out here onto the backstretch.
See Derek Dirks, he's doing a great job pushing. Adam and Jeremy, they're hooked back up. They got separated on those pit stops, and we saw how dominant they were in the beginning. Able to push by anyone they want to, and just as I say that, there they go, trying to look to the outside, but they think better of it, tuck back in line. They're just going to ride around, try and save some tires here for this next green flag stop. You get about 30 laps till it happens, but all rolling on the bottom side, just one upstairs. Steven Rex, he got that lap back and saw how good he was doing up front there. Even when he was a lap down, he's going to try and get that car all the way back up to the front and start leading some laps here.
Yeah, some stories here tonight. Ryan Seams, we just were talking about him, the 131. Little comeback here for him tonight. This was his 2nd career pole in the XCAL series. Tonight's purse about $1,000 plus in cash, and the winning driver gets a ButtKicker Gamer Plus unit from ButtKicker, the ButtKicker.com. So make sure you get over to their website, ButtKicker.com, and order some goods for them. I know they've come on board with PGR eSports as well for the SummerSlam $4.99. The winner of that was Tyler Vickery. I'm not sure if it ever got lost in the mail or if he ever received it, but nonetheless, the ButtKicker.com, the biggest sponsor here tonight, as this race is powered by ButtKicker. We talked about a little bit tonight, the 40% fuel cap for the XCAL plate races in 25, and you know, it's provided some green flag racing here tonight. The incident points are $1 each, and there was definitely some incident points there on that last caution. Does not matter who is at fault, so definitely could be an innocent bystander there and own some money to the series here. No pit road speed limit. That's been what's most fun for me as a broadcaster here to watch tonight. It was a special plate event rule for 2025. So some of those stories from the series owner here tonight. Glad we were able to share some of those with everybody. We only got an interview or two before the race started. Hopefully we can, maybe during the next caution, if there is one, get some more interviews with some of these drivers here in that race. And there's that 70, man. I'll tell you what, that's going to be my pick to win now after seeing some of these guys race it out here as we get closing in on 100 laps to go. At that 70, he was, like I said, Baker, he was a lap down, but he was racing in the very front of this pack. As soon as he gets his lap back, he is to the front and now being scored in first and not a lap down.
Yeah, he's doing a great job though on the top side. 27 pushing him in Gerard Lawrence, but Rex proving that he deserves to be up front. The riding dirty number 70, doing a great job holding the push here from Gerard Lawrence. Lawrence was one of those that was aggressive early, got towards the front, never really relinquished it. Just got it caught up in a couple incidents, not to his own fault. And you see the top start to fall back a little bit out of shape. That is Derek Dirks there on the bottom pushing Brent Mex. Brent Mex, another one of those cars. You see big move from Steven Rex. He's now gained all the track position he wants. Shuffled Gerard Lawrence out of line. He's going to try and side draft, get back up towards the front, try and get in line, but single file behind him there.
Yeah, 66 now right there in front of the 70. Side by side is the 45 and the 27. Here comes the 12 as well, the 2 in tow of the 12. So right now some really good racing going on here in the front of the pack of this one. Here on the backstretch now at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We are screaming down here. We got a lap car we're going to be coming up on very shortly right now that is between turn number 3 and 4. Hopefully they'll be able to get out of the way when these leaders catch that or him, as we've had a couple issues here tonight with some of the lap down cars and some close calls here for some of the leaders tonight. So hopefully they will have a clear racetrack in front of them as they navigate Charlotte here in the later stages of this race. I'm sure it's cooling down out there just a little bit. We've been in nighttime now for quite a while, so track, we'll have to check the track temp if we can get a little bit of an update here on our weather here tonight. You see it on the right side of your screen. A little bit of a 5-mile-an-hour wind, 66 ambient temp, and that's only be enough for a 68-degree track temp. So very cool track. Because I'll tell you what, if we're in the daytime right now, these street stocks would be slipping and sliding around here tonight. But clear skies, and like I said, not too hot out here in Charlotte. As you see, 27 making a move to the top here, all by him, loads himself. Got a couple actually coming up. Now, a little bit farther back, he should have a little bit of help here. See if he can make his way back up to the front. Bit of hiccup there in the broadcast, so I apologize for that. It should be good to go here now. There's the front of your field here tonight. Take a race break very soon. We're going to see if we can at least get to the next round of green flag stops if we can. 2x2. Here comes the 04 machine of Sean Andrews. Haven't talked about him much tonight, but slowly but surely, he's going to work that high lane here and try to get that 04 machine back up to the front. We know early in the race he was up there here in Eureka, California. Sean Andrews doing a nice job right now, trying to get that machine back in contention here tonight. And he's also team busting at the seams, and he's never won an XCAL Web Shop Series feature event, but he won a preseason event number 3 at Charlotte in this track, so he's got some experience here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He's making his 103rd career start tonight, 65th consecutive start, so a veteran of the series. Sean Andrews looking for that elusive victory here in the Web Shop Series.
We muted?
We are not muted. We are still here live as we are side by side. All good,
Yes,
Baker.
sir.
You're doing some, I don't know what's going on over in the Discord here tonight at PGR eSports, but, we always got some trolls. Trolls want to be trolls. And got to take care of those guys, too, sometimes. But 27, Baker, and the 04 doing a great job right now here in the high line, making it work here at Charlotte. Slowly but surely, they're inching their way to the very front. There's a lap car right now all the way to the wall, so that should pave the way for the 27, the 04 to keep making that charge here to the front. a great job right now and a great drive, I should say, by the 04.
A great job side-by-side racing, though. The 88, he's the lap car. As 70 looks to the inside, the 66 will not get there. This is getting to real tight racing, tight 3 wide, going into turn 1 there. But everyone starts to break off. Only 2 cars on the high side. Lawrence still sticking to that outside line, trying to get that track position to get in line, but Steven Rex doing a great job pushing on the bottom.
Yeah, very, very good job right now by Steven Rex. And, you know, like I said, that's my pick to win after I was able to see these guys race for, you know, quite a while here as we get closer and closer to that 180 lap mark, which will put us just 100 laps away from the checkered flag here tonight. And hopefully very soon, hopefully we can get to another round of green flag stops and see if we can, you know, separate this field just a little bit from where we're at right now. But we'll see if we can get that. Scott Gillian in that 22 still sitting on pit road from the last caution, so unfortunate for him if it was in fact net code. But 22 still on pit road right there. You see Scott, and fortunately his night probably over. And you know, raced really good up until that point. Just probably just didn't know he was clear. Not sure if he had a spotter here tonight, but nonetheless, 22 on pit lane. And I believe he still has brother up here, Jeremy. So Jeremy doing the honors here, try to bring that Gillian family a victory tonight. We'll stay with you a little bit longer before we take our next break. We're going to try to get to the live pit stops here as these guys keep moving along here at Charlotte. Mekas leaves Rex, Lawrence, Dirks, and Gilliat, your top 5. So 3 Gilliats in the field, actually 3 Gilliats. So Scott on pit lane, but Adam, Jeremy right now looking really stout here in the front of this racetrack. Getting into the dog days of this race. As we get into the later stages, action is going to pick up. I'm sure Baker and I are going to get on the edge of our seat as we get closer to the end and the finish of this one. Mecca's doing a great job. He's led a heck of a lot of laps here tonight. Probably, I would say, the most of any driver here in the 66 car. Closing in on 10 p.m. Eastern here on the PGR eSports Network. At the top of the next hour, 11 p.m. Eastern, it'll be the PGR eSports recruitment race from Daytona International Speedway. I want to thank all of XCAL for having PGR eSports come out and broadcast this race here for you tonight. I believe we just saw somebody dive down pit road. That's going to be Sean Andrews dashing down pit road at 140 some miles an hour. Going to come all the way down to a complete stop here in stall number 5. Actually, stall number 4. Ooh, he is going to slide. Oh, he is in the wrong pit stop. Andrews has to go all the way back to number 7. I don't think he saw his pit box sign. Andrews, a big mess up here late in this race as he gets 4 new Hoosier tires. But it is on right now. Let's get in our chopper cam because these cars are all going to be flying down pit lane very soon.
I am dealing with trolls in our Discord chat right now.
Yeah, you're going to have those, unfortunately. We always do. But got to handle them. I'm sure you're going to do that here tonight for us. But action's picking up here. The 04 had a green flag stop. Unfortunately missed his pit stall. Probably didn't see his pit sign. And right now the leaders have stayed out, so we'll see. These guys should be all coming in soon. We're up here a little bit. We're going to take you in the blimp so we can try to get a really good view of green flag stops, because right now, you know, as we get closer to the 100 lap to go mark here, it's going to get interesting if we do get some more green flag stops and we get spread out, because, you know, cautions aren't flying too much here tonight. We've only had a couple, and, you know, these pit stops are really going to be make or break unless we get a late caution.
Yeah, these pit stops are going to be coming up here as we are at lap 173. Coming to lap 174. Last pit stop was around lap 149 when they took the green flag. So you're looking at about 22 laps on this fuel tank. So about 11 more laps to go here for the pit stops. Doing a great job, everyone keeping it together. Brent Meckes doing a great job up front. He's led a ton of laps today. Stephen Rex able to get his lap back and get back up front. But you see Lawrence up on that high side. We'll see how the tire wear is up there towards the end of this run. Only about 10 more laps in this run. But he's been able to keep it up there and keep it high, wide, and handsome.
Yeah, absolutely. Right there, you see the 131 again of Ryan Seams wheeling and dealing back through this field. Him and the 63 early leaders of this race still trying to make their way back to the front of this field. So it should be interesting if they're able to do that. The 04 now, and he has made his way to the front. Getting a great push there from Gerard Lawrence. And man, I'll tell you what, business has picked up for a lot of these drivers here that want to make the move here on the high side. Some really, really good racing here. Actually, Sean Andrews now being scored, I believe, a lap down, even though he's here in the front of this pack. So, you know, while he is racing really good there with the 27, it looks like Andrews right now just fighting to stay alive in this race, as being scored 2 laps down. So right now, Arthur Hendren right there. You see him in the 37. He is your lucky dog spot right now. So hoping for a caution is Arthur Hendren. He is your 12th place driver. So 11 cars right now on the lead lap of 22. And they will continue to slice and dice here at Charlotte, as we are only a few laps away now from lap 180, which will signal 100 laps to go. Oh, and we might have a wreck here. And the caution will fly yet again here. The 45 and the 2. And ooh, the 2 does not look happy with the 45. Heavy damage to the 45. Sparks underneath here. Derek Dirksen. Tell you what, he was looking really stout in the front of this field. 3rd caution here of the night, as Dirk's going to come to a stop. Heavy wheel damage on the left, and he's going to get a tow. Dirks will not be able to make it to pit lane. He's got his left rear moving, but that left front tire is nowhere to go. And he is just going to have to get towed, and that's going to end his great run here in the XCAL Racing 420 powered by ButtKicker. You see him getting towed, well, essentially getting towed. Could take a few minutes to get around here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, but man, he's going to have to get 4 fresh Hoosier tires, Sunoco race fuel, and a lot of damage fixed to that 45. We'll take you back to that yellow flag. And you see the 45 in a slow motion right here. Here comes the 45. It's actually going to be the 70. The 70 is going to get up into the 27, it looks like. 70 is going to come back down the track, and he doesn't have any room. 70 did not know he wasn't clear. And that might be on the 70 right there. 45 is going to get in the 70. Go up the racetrack into the 12 and the 2. 2 and the 12, really, honestly, they've had a great race as well. And 45's trying to keep it off the wall. You see him steering on it, but he has no steering. You see that left front tire pop out. No steering there for the 45. And heavy damage as well, probably to the left front of the number 2, as the 3rd caution of the night is out. A lot of cars coming down pit road to take some damage. Heavy damage. Heavy damage to the 45. Show it to you one more time. Try to get a cockpit perspective here from the 45. And you see the 770 right there was not clear. So no fault here to the 45 machine of Derek Dirks. But man, unfortunate for him. He's had a great run here tonight. I believe the 04 is going to... the 04 was happy there. He's probably going to get his lucky dog is Sean Andrews, and he is getting that lucky dog right now, as the pace truck lights are off. So we're going to go green next time by here at Charlotte. Brent Meckes leads Gerard Lawrence, Jared Mogart, Adam Gillett, and Matt the King Bear Sr. in the top 5 now. And we are going to be going, well, nope, pace truck lights are on, so we'll not be going green next time by here at Charlotte. Good time to get a little bit of commercial break in there. Come back here for the green flag. Back here live at Charlotte Motor Speedway, lap 180 of 280. So we're going to have 100 laps to go to decide the winner of the XCAL Racing 420 powered by ButtKicker. This is the Web Shop Series in 2025 as the pace car lights are off truck. We are high above Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Goodyear blimp. The 12, the 20 lead them down to the restart zone, and we are back green here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Brent Mickes is still on pit road here. Unfortunate for him, as he's now going to take off of pit road, try and get back out there. But Adam Gillett's going to be leading that bottom side with, looks like Austin Edwards in tow with the lap car in between. And rolling single file, really spread out here after the green flag drop.
Yeah, it sure is, but action's picking up a little bit farther back in this pack.
3 wide all the way through there.
Sorry, I missed it just a little bit, but now you can see it a little bit better here on your screens. And there it is, and ooh, we're going to have another wreck here. The 99, the 48, the 48s. They're going to save it. What a save here. Wow, we had some cars sideways here, and luckily they are going to save it as we stay green. And now get back to single file. I think they thought better of that, and they want to get back to riding around this 1.5 mile racetrack. Still a long way to go. We are less than 100 laps to go, so you still got time. You want to still ride and save your equipment, save some tire. You see right now here up in the front, Austin Edwards trying to do battle with Steven Rex and the 20. That's Jose Galdino. He's going to be multiple laps down, so I'm getting Austin Edwards right now scored as your leader. Rex is actually in 8th. Not sure why that is. But a lot of cars a lap down. We are dwindling as far as lead lap cars here tonight. We are on the PGR eSports network. And we brought you some action-packed racing here tonight. It's only going to get better as we wind them on down to the checkered flag here tonight. Single file here up front of the field. The 18 is going to lead. The 12 of Adam Gilliott. Ryan Seams in third. Joe Campbell fourth. Jared Mogar has been stout all night in fifth. Matt Bear, the king, he's in sixth. Jeremy Gilliott in seventh. Stephen Rex eighth. Arthur Hendren ninth. And Gerard Lawrence right now rounding out your top 10. I want to thank again everybody for coming out and viewing this stream here live on YouTube on the PGR eSports Network. If you are a viewer out there, we appreciate it. We've had 114 views here tonight. Nice to see some familiar faces on the PGR eSports side in the chat here, and also watching this race tonight. See if things die down just a little bit on the racetrack. Now we're going to start at the very back of the field. It's going to be Jimmy Johnson. He is going to be off track right now. Scott Gilliott as well off track. Jeff Edgar off track here tonight. Jason Seam. Oh, actually, you know what? Sorry about that. Jimmy Johnson is off track here so far. Scott Gilliott as well. You see Jeff Edgar right there. He's being scored in the 20th position. So in the number 7 Cooler Crew. Jason Seams right now in the 88, being scored in the 19th position. Sharp looking car right there for him. Jose Godino. He is going to be getting scored right here in the 18th position. That's that 20 car, leading the main pack right now actually. Getting some great experience up front. Unfortunately, Derek Dirks, who had a great run here tonight until that last caution, he's going to be sitting on pit road, scored in the 17th position. I don't know if it's Steven or Streven. I'm sorry if I've said your name wrong here tonight, but Streven seems in the 99 and the 16th position right now. John Freely Tandy, I'll tell you what, he went for a ride early in this race, now being scored in the 15th position. Nicole Creasel, 9 in the 91 machine, being scored in 14th. Christian Roca in the 48 machine in 13th. Brett Mekas now way off pace. He was on pit lane, so Brett Mekas, who has led probably the most laps here tonight, if I had to guess. Unfortunately, right now being scored all the way back in the 12th position, 1 lap down. So 4 cars right now, 1 lap down, including Gerard Lawrence there being scored in 11th. Sean Andrews and Arthur Henderson kind of trading spots right now. Got Arthur Hendren right now in the 9th position. Stephen Rex up here in the 70. He's being scored in 8th. Jeremy Gillett in the 7th position. Matt Bear Sr. in 6th. Your top 5 currently, 00 of Jared Mogard. Joe Campbell in 4th. In the 63, he's made his way back up to the front. Ryan Seams in the 131, so him and Joe Campbell have finally made their way back to the front from the beginning of the race, and maybe they want to stay up front early, go to the back, come back up to the front. They've done this. Adam Gilliott in the 12 car in 2nd, and right now leading the race, Austin Edwards from Brentwood, California, your 2022 champ. They're in the 18 machine. And he is looking very strong here. 10 laps away from 200 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Man, they're getting down into the 90 lap range here. Good racing going on. Big save by Matthew Barry, able to collect it back up. He's back up to 6th now.
Yeah, back up to 6th is Matt the King, and I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of shuffling. We've had some really good looking cars here tonight. Unfortunately, have some incidents, and one of them being Brett Mekas. He's hoping for a caution sooner rather than later, but we are green, and these cars up front are looking mean. The 70 right now still trying to fight to stay on the lead lap, as he's done so many times here tonight, and very good when he is out leading the main pack. And you can see it back a little bit farther back with 3 cars, but right now it's all calm as we get closer and closer to the end and the checkered flag here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. But before we get there, we're going to take another quick break here on the PGR eSports Network. We'll go high above the Speedway in the Goodyear blimp and keep you up front in the action. Back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway as we wind down here in the XCAL Racing 420 powered by ButtKicker. And right now it's a butt kicking here by the 18 of Austin Edwards. Can he stay up front till the end? It'll remain to be seen. The 04 and the 20 right now, a lap down or two. So those cars are not your leaders. Single file here on the bottom all the way around this 1.5 mile speedway here in Charlotte. Business has gonna pick up very, very soon. 103 laps in of 280. We're going to be counting them down really, really soon. It's been a good race. Right now, only 8 cars, though, left on the lead lap, with 4 cars fighting for the lucky dog. Roca on back in 13th. They're going to be multiple laps down. It looks like he might still have a chance, but anywhere about 14th on back. They are as good as done as far as being in victory lane here tonight behind the pit wall. That's where you want to be when this race goes checkers here later tonight. We're going to be inching closer and closer to maybe another green flag stop. We've yet to have one since the last caution or two. So we'll see if we can get there. The 18 looking stout, leading the 12 of Adam Gilliat and Ryan Seams. Jared Mogar, he's been a player all night long in the 00, as Joe Camel back up front now in the 63 machine. Baker and I are going to take you all the way to the end. Only a couple more breaks left here in this race. And like I said, we appreciate all the viewers here tuning on in on PGR eSports here tonight. Hopefully bringing in some new fans here to not only our network, but the XCAL Racing Series in 2025. Baker, the race is on. Austin Edwards leading here at Charlotte.
Austin Edwards leading the 88 to the outside of him. He is another lap car trying to get down with Sean Andrews and Jose Godinho. Try and get in front of these guys. You're going to see some fuel saving coming out of these front runners. The left front of Jeremy Gilliat's pretty bent up out of shape. Matthew Bear looking clean, but Bogard and Campbell also looking clean and good in those paint schemes, as they're starting to get some dirt and wear on them from how long this race has been. Got about, I'd say about another 7 or 8 laps to get pit stops. I'm hearing some clutching and coasting, so these guys are trying to save some fuel here because they know that it's going to be close on the fuel numbers here. If they can get to lap 210, lap 211, they should be good for a 2-stop race.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a big thing to look out for here in this later stages of this race. Saving fuel, trying to make it here to the end of this one. And, those green flag stops, maybe 2 that we're going to have. So it's going to be a good race. You see them right now, single file. Definitely take it much easier than they have most of this race. So we'll see how this is all going to pan out. I'm looking forward to getting to the end of this one and just to see how this all plays out right now with 8 drivers on the lead lap. The 04 Andrews is staying just in front of the leaders to remain on the lead lap. So he is racing for a lot up there. In case a caution does come out, he's able to start at the, with the leaders on the next restart. So the 04 is really fighting right now for some real estate up here in front of the 20. But that's where you want to be if you're trying to stay on the lead lap right now. But he is going to need a caution. I'm sure he probably wants to see it before we were to have a green flag stop, just in case he's not able to stay up with the leaders. But we shall see how that ends up working out. A side note here tonight at PGR eSports, Austin Green was able to broadcast the Grindstone Development Truck Series. So try to catch that series here on our network tonight. It looks like that race might be wrapped up, but Austin Green was on the call, lead broadcaster here at PGR, and should be another cool series we're diving into. They were at 5 Flags here tonight. It was the 5 Flags 120, so some short track racing in the truck series over there. So trying to bring you some new stuff here in 2025, not just the super speedway money racing community. We're trying to branch out and do some more broadcasting across other different series, and I've really enjoyed doing this one here. It's a little bit longer race for my taste, but nonetheless, a really good group of guys who are racing. So Matt Bear Sr. on your screen from Kannapolis. We talked about him earlier, so we'll see if he can make a run here late to the front of this one. But right now, still your leader, Austin Edwards.
Edwards doing a good job. Leads on the bottom side. As we approach these pit stops, a couple go down pit road. Furley, Gerard Lawrence, gonna be the first couple to come down pit road. I would expect pit stops in the next 2 laps here.
Yeah, it's going to be a frantic dash to the pit lane here. I'm excited to see how this one is going to go. We're going to get ready. It's easier if we take you up in the blimp. It's just easier to see because these cars are so spread out coming to pit lane and going at such fast speeds. We want to try to catch as many cars as we can dashing on the pit lane. So we're going to take you up here in the blimp as we do so. And looks like we're going to have some lap cars coming up as well. Man, this is really going to get chaotic here for those leaders. When you got about 3 lap cars coming up, you still have the 04 who's fighting to stay on the lead lap. You got a car there on the apron. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's nervous time here for these top 10 cars. Trying to win this race here tonight. It's trying to stay clean and out of harm's way. We'll see how that's going to go. The 88 right there, you know, he's fighting as well. He's some laps down, but, you know, not giving up much real start of these lap cars here tonight. And there goes the 04. There goes the 88. And on pit road now is the 04. He's going to have a really, really good stop here if he wants to remain, you know, on the lead lap. He's going to have to cycle in front of the leaders, so we'll see if he can. But we fully expect these leaders to come down. Yeah, leaders should come next by. You know, Austin Edwards is probably going to stays out a little bit longer than any of these other cars here. But Adam Gillett, Ryan Seams, Jared Bogard, and Joe Campbell, part of this top 5. Still out here. Matthew Baird, Jeremy Gillett attached to the back of the pack, but expect a couple to come down here. As you see, looks like 2 pull off. Yeah, 2 pull off. The rest go by. We're at the camera entrance of at the entrance of pit road. So we'll see if we can get them coming by next time. Here is your leaders. Ryan Seams all the way up there as well. So we'll see. Should he maybe coming down this time? We'll see if that's going to be the case. We're ready for it. And ready for some action here on pit lane. See the 12 diving down a little bit. Could be getting ready. Got to get those brakes warmed up. Try not to slide your box. Try not to miss your box. I think that'd be the hardest part for me, is just not just driving right by. Here goes the 12, the 131, the 00 to Jared Mogard. They are flying, hauling down pit lane. Ooh, the 131, great. All the way around the 12. I'll tell you what, he was flying in. Ooh, he almost hit the inside wall. He is going to, ooh, he slid his box. Ooh, oh my God. Oh, yeah, he did. He's going to have to pull back a little bit. He's in the second pit stall right there. And, man, I'll tell you what, it's going to cost the 131 some time. Great job by the 12. Great job by the 00. As you said, Baker, Austin Edwards in the 18. He seems to stay out a little bit longer than everyone. Let's see if he comes down right now. And he does. He's going to peel off the pit lane here. 147 plus miles an hour. Down pit lane on the right here. He's going to start blowing his car down here. You see the flames out of the exhaust pipe. Can he slide into his box? And he...
Good stop by him.
Oh, no, he didn't roll through. Your leader has trouble on pit lane. You see the other guys still taking fuel. Man, I'll tell you what, this is crazy. This is a crucial stop at this point of the race. Huge stop in the race for sure. Burt Mex, he is 2 laps down. He'll go back down to 1 lap down here. As you see, the number 2, number 81, Matthew Bear, Adam Gillett, and Jared Mogard gets a good stop. Trying to break the draft here of Adam Gillett, but knows that the draft is going to help him towards the end game of this race. Yeah, it really is. And I'll tell you what, we'll see. You know, your race leader there was the 18, but Austin Edwards slid his box. And we'll see how that ends up affecting him here. And we'll just see. I mean, there's a lot going on this racetrack. And Edwards still on pit lane taking his Sunoco Racing fuel. You see him from above. We are just trying to figure out where everyone is going. Jared Mogard actually might cycle to the race lead. It looks like he will inherit the lead here over Austin Edwards. Adam Gillett follows behind. He's about 2 seconds off the pace from Jared Mogard, but they will track him down once they get the draft rolling. Matthew Bayer, he is about 1.5 seconds off of Adam Gillett, but the lap car stuck in between them. But yeah, Austin Edwards, with the roll through in the pit box, it's going to take a little bit for him to track everyone back down here and keep rolling. Yeah, keep rolling. It is Austin Edwards now in 4th place. You see him here on the screen. He was your race leader, slid through his pit box. And I'll tell you what, these guys, it's been a long night, but they're going to have to really rein it in here. It looks like some, probably what, one more stop to go. Can they make it on one more here?
Looks like there's going to be 2 more stops, I think.
Okay.
One more stop gets them to probably around lap 250. They'll need one more stop after that to make it.
Gotcha. Well, we're going to have Matthew Baker for a little bit longer here tonight, probably at least the next half an hour. But if we are still racing here at Charlotte, Matthew Baker's going to head over on to PGR eSports for the recruitment race here tonight and kind of do some race control over there until I get over there. So he'll be here with us for the next 30 minutes as we get closer and closer to the checkered flag here tonight. We are now spread out after that green flag stop. So Jared Mogard, now your race leader. Adam Gilliott, Matt Bear Sr. trying to catch him right now. Here's the 81 as well. The 81 though looks like it's going to be a little bit farther back. Is that? No, that's Matt Bear Sr. Actually, we always get that number wrong because it's coming up different in iRacing. But yeah, Matt the King could be the king tonight here at Charlotte.
See Mogard, he's going to drop back, get in line with these 2 leaders, and the lap car, get in line with Bear. Try and shuffle this lap car out of the way. That is, oh man, you see some people drop. Oh man, I think we're looking at a fuel safe situation here because, they pit lap right around 215, I believe. Yeah, 214 coming to 215, put the fuel in it. About 33 laps from there, gets him to about 247. At 247, man, they're going to be close on fuel to make it a 1-stop race here. So it still could be very well be a 2-stop race.
Very much like be able to see if anyone could stretch it on fuel. We just got word over at XCAL Motorsports. Cody Neagles, your winner of the race here tonight. He'll be benefactor of the Roughneck Racing stipulation they had in the race tonight. So Cody Neagles is going to get all his paid entries for that season that begins tomorrow. So I'm sure the number 6 car is happy over on that side of racing here tonight. So a lot of big news coming your way almost every day of the week here at the PGR eSports Network. And we'll share breaking news with you when we can all week long. So some breaking news there tonight, and we'll see what happens. I think there's some more on the line here tonight in the PGR eSports recruitment race as well. They're going to be giving out something as well to maybe a $100 sponsorship or something for the 500. So James Wagoneer doing a great job in the money racing community. We love to have good people always willing to give back. So great family to have in the scene. We haven't had them, and they came out of nowhere, and I'm glad we came amongst them. But 4-car breakaway here at the front of the field. When we have a chance, we're going to take a little bit longer break. Now we only have a couple more left here tonight. We'll say goodbye to Matthew Baker at about 11 p.m. tonight if we aren't done, and we'll go from there. So bear with us here on the PGR eSports Network. Enjoy some action up front here at Charlotte. back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway on the PGR eSports Network, we have a new sheriff in town, and it's the king, not the sheriff. It's the 81 of Matt Bear Sr. And that blue, red, and gold almost looks like Superman out there, leading the pack here on the high banks of Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Oh, man. 12 got all out of shape there when he went up off to the back bumper of the 81, and the 04 came closing in on him. I thought that was going to be a wreck for sure, just as you were talking about him. I thought the announcer's curse was going to come into play there, but winding down these laps, coming to lap 230. We're going to have 50 laps to go here when we cross the line, and this one's starting to really heat up here between the top three.
Yes, it is heating up right now. It's some great action up here, man. I'll tell you what, I hope we can go green the rest of the way and just get a really, really good solid finish. These guys have been racing really hard all night, but they've been pretty much racing clean. We've had a couple missteps with some drivers that maybe weren't clear, just couldn't see it, but for the most part, these guys got some skill, they got some talent, and I'll tell you what they really have. They got some skill coming down the pit lane in these things at 140 some miles an hour. You see one peeling off right now on pit lane, and that looks like Brent Mackes, who fortunately got caught up a little bit earlier. He's trying to reel himself back. But, man, nonetheless, right now, Matt Bear Sr. out of nowhere. He has bided his time. He is up front looking for a win here tonight. Lap 232 and 280. Still not counting them down, but we're getting very, very close. There goes the 81 all the way to the apron. Is he going to be able to get back in? He does. He's going to lose the lead, but luckily file back in the 12 of Adam Gilliott is going to be on point here at Charlotte.
Alson Edwards, he's about a half a second back. He was able to recover after losing most of the draft, but everyone was able to draft back up. He's back in this fight. The 04 on the outside of the 12. That's a lap car coming to the back bumper of that. Looks like the 22, the brother of the number 12. But Mogard doing a great job pushing the number 12 along in the 81. You know, it's the three cars that we've been talking about all night. We kept Bear in the back of our mind. We kept Mogard in the back of our mind. The 2 is about the only car that I was expecting to be up here at the end, and he is not. But Adam Gilliott doing a great job here on the bottom side with Jared Mogard in tow.
Yeah, he sure is. That 04 still trying to hang in there in this race is Sean Andrews. Man, but I'll tell you what, we're dwindling as far as cars on this lead lap. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if we have 5 left at the end of this thing if we can stay green. But we'll have to see. You never know. We could get a caution, and that could change up everything here at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. The crowd is packed into these stands. They're starting to get on their feet all the way around this track, and it's getting a little bit louder. You can hear some of the fans, even over these engines here tonight, getting ready to see a great finish here at Charlotte. We are getting close to just 45 laps to go in this one, and right now it's the 12. Up front in that yellow, black, and red machine. Jared Mogard pushing him strong here in turn number 1 as the 81, who just fell back a couple spots earlier, trying to get back up to that lead position, is Matt Bear Sr. Gone through the field a couple times here tonight. Glad to feature all the drivers and all that they do here at XCAL. Hopefully get a couple more notes here about some of the drivers before we end this thing. We'll try to get some interviews after the race. Matthew Baker staying along the ride for about 20 more minutes. PGR eSports having a big race tonight for the recruitment race for the PGR 500. So, yeah, it's going to be an awesome still night of racing. Yeah, we're going to go from one race to the next. Just keep it going here this month. It's going to be a long next couple 3 weeks. I know the SummerSlam 499, just 2 days. That event was took a lot of steam out of me, and now we're staring down the gauntlet of about a 5-day event coming up here at the end of the month. Luckily for us, some of the heats spread out a little bit more, but the heat is on right here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The 000 there pushing that 12 hard around this track right now. The 70 is now a lap down, unfortunately, is Rex, Stephen Rex. So a lot of guys fighting for that lead lap position. Only 7 left on the lead lap right now. Andrews fighting Rex for the lucky dog.
Yeah, fighting for the lucky dog, but doing a great job keeping that high side pimped up and rolling. Rex is going to try and get in there and get into the battle. Gerard Lawrence, he's a little bit off the lead pack trying to fight for the lucky dog, but still inside the top 10. You got 3 cars inside the top 10, a lap down. Still going to be a good points night for them. A lot of racing still left. I know we've gone almost 240 laps here. We're approaching this pit stop window. It'll be right around lap. Looks like 244, 245, which is why you've seen some people try and save some fuel here to try and get to that 280 mark, so they can make it just a one-stop race. It's going to be very, very, very close.
Yes, it is. It's going to be very close, but you know, if you're farther back in the pack and you wanted to try it, it's not going to be a bad idea. If you're not the fastest out in the track tonight, why don't you get off strategy and try something else? That they are, as we are now closing in on 40 laps to go. The 04 rubbing the wall right there. He's going to have a scrape there on the right side of his machine. And things are, you know, these guys too. It's been a long race, man. That's one thing we haven't talked about. You know, we've been racing here for quite a few hours now, and these guys are going to get tired. The wheels are going to get a little bit heavier. They've been sawing on this thing now for, I mean, mostly almost 3 hours. So that could play a factor. Fatigue here late in this race. You see the 26 on the backstretch going for a little bit of ride, popping a little bit of a wheelie. And there's Jose Godino. He had some early bad luck, but he's bouncing back. A lot of these guys staying on track, trying to finish this long race here tonight.
Trying to finish this long race, but, you know, all in all, we only had, we're on 3 cautions now, so 280 laps and 3 cautions is very impressive. I know it's just a 22 car field, but very impressive for anyone to go that long without having any wrecks. And it's a nice breath of fresh air when you get to see this long race, and it's a little bit more difficult to talk about stuff because people aren't side by side like you're used to, like we are used to for super speedway racing, but it's good to have a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it really is. Definitely for me up here, seeing a different type of race car react in different conditions here in Charlotte tonight. Definitely something that, you know, I'm enjoying myself. So yeah, awesome times here at Charlotte. Adam Gillett, your leader here in the 12 still, as we are taken ever so closely. Do you have any idea when we might have some more green flag stops?
They're going to have to make it about 7 more laps to really get there and get ready for these pit stops. So let's hope that happens. If they get to 247, 248, I think they can make it all the way to the end of this race, but it is going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be real close here tonight. So while we have a second before those next round of green flag stops, we'll take a quick break here on the PGR eSports Network. back here live, Charlotte Motor Speedway, as we are getting ever so close to the checkered flag. We are also getting closer to what could be the final stop of the race. Unless they cannot stretch it to the end, it's going to get very, very dicey as far as strategy goes here tonight. Right now, the king is up front again, the 81 of Matt Bears Sr. He's going to lead Adam Gilliott in the 12, Jared Mogar third in that 000, and Austin Edwards in the fourth position, and Ryan Seams in fifth. So that's going to be your top 5 right now, and they are in a breakaway. Campbell is on pit lane, so Campbell's taking service right now. These guys are all going to be pitting very soon. Jeremy Gillett as well, he's on pit lane. Brett Meck is out on the track. Steven Rex, he's getting back on the racetrack right now. So the leaders have yet to pit. We will see pit stops soon from the leaders, and that's when we're going to really see who is going to be ready to win this race here tonight.
Yeah, I think you're going to see him coming here next time. You see Mogard and the 12 dip out of line, the 81 dip out of line. I think that's their sign that they're pitting next time by. Look for all 3 leaders here in this lead pack to come down.
Yeah, there he goes right now. It's the king. He is on pit lane. So is the 12 of Adam Gilliott. They're screaming down pit road. This could be the stop that you need to get to the end. Can they get in their pit box?
Oh, what a stop by all 3 of them.
Awesome
Great. That was
job.
the money stuff. That's why they're up front here, holding their line, running really well. Campbell and Seams, they did the off strategy. They pit a lap beforehand. I would look for them. It looks like Seams still in his boxes, though. But Campbell out back on the track to try and get back around and maybe catch this lead draft, but I don't know. Those pit stops by Bear, Gilliott, and Mogard were great, but Edwards also throwing in a pit stop 1 lap later. He's going to slide into his box here. Let's see if he can get in nice and easy. He does. Now we're going to have 4 cars all going to be grouped together here for this last 30-lap run.
Yeah, this is going to be a great run to the finish. 30 laps to go in the XCAL Racing 420, powered by ButtKicker. We'll have Matt Baker here for at least another 10 minutes as we are getting closer and closer. We'll probably only have 1 more break here tonight, but the race is on. Austin Edwards now into his pit box. He cycled to the leader as he stayed out, as he's done all night long, a little bit longer. Here goes Jared Mogar. He's also showing up in second right now. He's coming off pit lane. He's going to blend back into the racetrack. A great stop for Mogard. I'll tell you what, he might be a race leader when everything cycles through.
And I don't want to leave this race because we are getting down to business here. We're going to have about 30 laps to go here once Jared Mogard gets to the line. Austin Edwards, he had a good stop. He's coming off of pit road now. Matthew Bear with a little bit slower a stop than Mogard. And you see the gap right there. Separated by about 4 seconds is Gilliott and Bear. So Mogard showing that he deserves to be here. And he's going to have Austin Edwards out in front of him. A great stop from Edwards. I wonder if Edwards did a little bit of a short fuel there. We'll see what the strategy is from there.
Yes, we will have to see how that works out for him. Lap 250 of 280. And Austin Edwards right here on the racetrack. He is being still scored as your race leader. Mogard 3.5 seconds behind. Gilliott 7.2. Bear 7.3. Seams 8.4. Campbell 10.8. Gilliott 25. That's your top 7. The rest are all a lap down. So 7 cars right now with a chance to win this thing.
Yeah, 7 cars with a chance to win this thing. It looks like I'm probably going to have to get out of the session, but I will continue announcing through the broadcast. It's really not that delayed, so I should be able to sit here and call it with you towards the end. But it's been a great race overall, 250 laps, only 3 cautions so far, and hopefully a great finish ahead of us. But everyone really separated out. Mogard about 4 seconds ahead. I think he didn't really take any tires, and I don't think Edwards took any tires on that stop. I'm going to go back and look at his stop here.
As Baker takes a look at that, I'll tell you what, this is the most spread out we've been all night amongst the leaders. A sitting duck right now is the leader, the 18 of Austin Edwards. Jared Mogard right now, he's waiting for some help behind him. He's sitting all by himself in second. I'll tell you right now, it's Adam Gilliott and Matt Bear, the king. the 12, the 81 right there in third and fourth. They are in the driver's seat. They are tandem drafting right now here in the front stretch, just past the start-finish line. Those two right now are what I believe will be able to blow right by if they can. They're going to get some suck-up help here from the 99 and the 04. Those two right now in the driver's seat. As far if they can keep tanding them all the way to the front. Right now, it looks like Mogard's dropping back almost on purpose to stay in this draft.
It looks like he is dropping back. Sorry to cut you off, but he's trying to get these 2 leaders. He took 4 tires. Austin Edwards, he did not take 4 tires. I think Mogard's going to just back off here, let these 2 get past, let them work their tires to try and get to the front, and just take this draft along to try and get back in contention for this win.
Well, you've said it all night long. That's what he's been doing. And if that is, in fact, what he's doing it better than anyone else. The double zero is a great shot to win this thing as well. Austin Edwards, if he didn't take tires, man, I'll tell you what, he's got a heck of a lead on these guys. But it's going to close more and more as we keep going lap by lap here tonight. We're going to be closing in very shortly on 20 laps to go. Action's picking up. Austin Edwards, your leader. Adam Gilliott, second. He's being pushed by the King. Matt Berg, Jared Mogard, fourth. And in fifth place right now, all the way back here, Ryan Seams in the 131 is trying to use the 70 to get all the way up front, but it's going to be very tough to do. Right now, it's looking like a 4-man race if we do stay green. 20 slips laps to go on your ticker. We are now counting down.
The thing is Edwards really can't save anything here. He's just going to have to go for it, to be honest, because if he lays back he's really going to lose a lot of time, and he has to keep that advantage up for all he's worth.
Yes, he is. He's at least he has some help right now. There's the 88. The 88 would be Jason Seams, so not sure if they're teammates or not. I believe, or they're looking at on the side of the car. Looks like they possibly are teammates. If they are, that's going to be a huge help to Austin Edwards, now tandem drafting with the 88. And they are teammates, so man, I'll tell you what, that's a big help from his teammate to drop back to the 18. And now the 18's getting some help there. The 12 and the 81 right there. Matt Bears Sr. and Mogard in a 3-car tandem. Let me see if we can back this up a little bit in the blimp and see if you guys can see here. So right here is Austin Edwards, okay? And we're going to go a little bit farther back. I mean, they're a whole turn ahead, practically the whole turn. So it's a pretty good lead right now, 24 laps to go. We'll see how this is going to shape out. We're going to take one more break here on the PGR eSports Network, and then we'll go wire to wire green from there. Thank you. back here live at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Your race leader, Austin Edwards. He is getting huge help from his teammate, who's a lap down the 88th right there of Jason Seams. So Austin Edwards, your leader. Creeping into the screen, though, is Adam Gilliatt, Matt the King Bear Sr., and Jared Mogar. That is going to be a 4-horse race for the race win tonight. 19 laps to go unless we get a caution. This thing is looking like it is going to be a mad dash to the finish. They are creeping up ever so close to your race leader, who is now a sitting duck, as these three cars right now screaming through the tri-oval here, as the 81 pushing the 12 very hard through the tri-oval all the way into turn 1. Mogard in a great position right now, just saving tire as much as he can, not having to do too much pushing. So that is where Mogard is going to have the advantage here, in my opinion at least, as we get closer and closer to the checkers. It's been a long night here on PGR eSports. 420 miles is quite a long trek around Charlotte Motor Speedway in these street stocks, but we've had a blast and it's not over yet. 17 laps to go to decide it. Who's gonna win the XCAL Racing 420 powered by ButtKicker? Austin Edwards now. He is feeling the heat. Here come your second, third, and fourth place cars. And not too much longer, they will be at the door of the 18.
And they're tracking them down. I mean, they're about 1 second back now. They are in the draft. Edwards had a great call there to try and see if he could push away with his teammate, but 3 beats 2 there, so it's going to be a great race around here.
Yeah, it really is. There comes the 12. He has the draft of the 18. Mogards has saved the most tire thus far. I don't think Ryan Seams is going to be able to get back in this. You see Ryan Seams right there. He's just not going to have enough time. He only has the 70, and they're not going anywhere in a hurry. So Seams is going to need a caution. There goes the 81 to the top of the track. He's going to be the first one to make a move. That's going to open up the door for the 00. But the 81 has a lot of speed up top. Will the 12 go with him is the question. 12 is going to stay down. The 88 right now is going to be really the X factor, and this is the lap down car and the teammate of the 18. And we still have some live viewers here tonight. Thank you for sticking with us here on the PGR eSports Network. Yes, saw the King. He is now your new leader. The 18 has fallen back to 4th. Mogard to 3rd. The 12 of Gilliatt to 2nd. And there's the 4-horse race. It's going to be decided right now between those 4. Everything else strung out. We should not have a caution unless it's between these 4 here with 14 laps to go. Bear can he hold off of Gilliatt, Mogard, and Edwards? Seems farther back. He's still chasing, as is Joe Campbell. But it looks like all these guys through the pack are just going to run out of time here tonight, as a caution most likely not going to fly. But the question remains, do they have enough fuel to get to the end? That could be a factor here as we get close. Within 5 laps to go, you never know. If they don't have enough fuel, they might have to pit one more time, and that could be another issue here. Nonetheless, right now, these 4 just staying in line. No sense in racing too hard, too early. So that's kind of what we're going to be keeping an eye on right now, is these top 4 with only 13 laps to go. back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we hit the line right now. It'll be 10 laps to go, and I will stick with you here. No more breaks here tonight. We are going to be live till the bitter end. It's the 81, the 12, the 00, and the 18 for all the marbles here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It is the 2025 Web Shop Series opener from Charlotte, the XCAL Racing 420 powered by ButtKicker. Want to thank our sponsors once again here tonight: ButtKicker, J-Dogs Carpentry, Admin Box, JT's Mobile Pressure Washing, Tri-E Incorporated, and a shout out once again to Sim Racer Hub and Flaming Karma Paint Shop. Well, it's been a long night here in the street stocks. We're closing in on 280 laps, and I'll tell you what, these 4 drivers at the top are in it to win it now. The lap traffic is going to the top, getting their butts out of the way, and we will see one heck of a finish here with these 4 drivers. We've had a lot of players come and go at the front tonight, but we are down to just these guys right here. And Mogard and the 81 taking care of their equipment really, really well here tonight. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll have left with these tires as we get down here with 8 laps to go.
8 laps to go. Bear leading the way. Got the number 12 behind him with Mogard as well. I think right now is the time to put caution to the wind with 8 laps to go. Lap car in front of them, he will get out of the way, but doing a great job on the bottom side is Matthew Bear. He's going to go to the top side.
Yeah, to the top side he is, but now single file racing again. 7 laps to go as we hit the line. And action is going to ramp up between these 4. When are they going to go is the question. Nowhere to go just yet. Mogard buying his time, being patient. Who's going to go with who? That's going to be another question here. And you see some cars pitting. Will we have to pit again? Because if we have to pit again, these 4 cars can't make it. It's going to come down to that last stop. And we saw Mogard be the best on pit road last time for the last green flag stop. And we do know Austin Edwards. He's been one of the best at pit strategy here tonight. So we'll see if they can make it. I believe that they can, but you never know. It is racing, and we'll see all the way to the last lap here. 6 laps to go here in the XCAL Racing 420. It's been a long one, but it's going to be a good one, and it's going to be a great finish. I'm manifesting it now. The King, is he going to stay on top and be crowned the King of Charlotte here tonight?
He's on the bottom side, but I'm not going to count out Jared Mogart. I think that's what you were about to say, because he's going to look to the high side, and I think that high side's where it's going to win the race. But you're going to see some blocks here. But the 12, he's been consistent all night.
Yeah, all these guys up front right now, and I'll tell you what, they've all ran a good race. They're all deserving to go to victory lane here tonight. But unfortunately, only one man and or woman in a racing event can go to victory lane. And you know, like they always say, it's cliche, but if you ain't first, you're last. And right now, one of these drivers is going to be the race winner, and the other ones are going to be left wondering what happened in the closing laps. 5 laps to go. We're about to hit the line for 4 laps to go. So far, no movement out of the 18 or the 00. The 81 looking stout, looking fast, and right now he's got a full bumper of 3 cars that want this thing. I'll tell you, there's the 18. He peaked for a second. He's going to think better of it and stay back down.
Yeah, it's still spaced out pretty heavily. I'm wondering if it's just the tire wear that's going on. I think everyone can make it on fuel, just according on where they pitted on. So I think they're just biding their time, saving here to see what they can get done as they got coming at 3 laps to go.
Yeah, coming to 3 laps to go, and so far no really big runs for any of these guys, but they're not pushing it yet. The 00 and the 18 still logging laps, 3 laps to go, but they're going to have to go soon. Will they get side by side? It looks like they're starting to make a little bit of trek. The 00 is going to peak low. Think better of it. He's going to stay in line. And right now that 88 is behind all them. And he's just kind of keeping them a little bit faster pace. Oh, there we go. First move. It's the number 12 of Adam Gilliott. He's going to get to the outside of the 81. Side by side in outside of turn number 4. I'll tell you what, if this was the last lap, it would have been one heck of a lap. There comes the 00 of Mogard. The 12 inches ahead of the 81 here at the start-finish line. 2 laps to go at Charlotte.
2 laps to go at Charlotte. 12 still trying to roll on the high side. Mogard, where's he going to go? Where does he choose to go? Where does Edwards go? This is going to be a crazy finish. Take it home, Mike.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild finish. I'm looking forward to it. The 81 still your leader. The 12 to the outside. Mogard's going to have to push this 81 very hard into turn number 3. We're going to get to the white flag here in just a second. The 12. Ooh, we have a lap car, the 04. He's going to go all the way to the wall. There goes the 18 to the outside of Mogard. Mogard right now kind of a sitting duck now, being stuck there on the bottom. 2 by 2 for the lead at the start finish line. The 81's going to lead that lap. White flag out now. The 81 and the 12. They're going to be in a duel. The 18 and the 00, they have nowhere to go. Are we going to see a bumper turn here? We come out of turn number 2 to the backstretch. The 00 pushing the 81 super hard. The 81, I'll tell you what, the Kings got this. The Kings got this. But right now, here comes the 18 pushing the 12. It is side by side. It's going to be a photo finish here at Charlotte. The 81's got the, 81 gets up into the 12. He gets loose off Mogard's nose. The 81, he's going to corral it back up. The 81, the 12, who's going to be the winner? It's going to be the King, Matt Bear Sr. Photo finish for the ages here at Charlotte, as Matt Bear, the King, is crowned with a crown here tonight as he's going to head to victory lane in the XCAL Racing 420. Matt Bear, damage and all after he got past the start-finish line, but I don't think he cares. He's going to celebrate in victory lane with his team, and he is your winner of the first race of the season for the Web Shop Series here in 2025. And wow, what a last lap and what a race to the finish. We're going to slow it down. There's the 81 of Bear side by side with the 12 of Gilliott, Mogard, and the 18 of Austin Edwards. Just didn't have much where to go. Edwards gets the 12 loose, though, puts him up the track. He's going to try to fill that hole. 81 goes to block it a little bit just to come up. He does a great job. 2 by 2. All 4 of these drivers racing hard, but racing clean. And look at this photo finish. And it just doesn't get much closer than that. The 81, the King, your winner here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, as we bring up some of our official race results here tonight. Man, what a finish. It was well worth 280 laps. Matt Bear, the King, the senior. Fastlane Motorsports is your winner. Adam Gilliott, second. Austin Edwards, third. Jared Mogard, a great run, fourth. Ryan Seams in fifth. Joe Campbell, sixth. Jeremy Gilliott, seventh. Stephen Rex in eighth. Gerard Lawrence, ninth. Arthur Hendren, he's going to round out your top 10. In 11th, Brent Meckes. In 12th, Sean Andrews. 13th, Cristiano Roca. 14th, Nicole Creasel. 15th, John Freely Tandy. 16th, Streven Seams. 17th, Jose Godino. 18th, Jason Seams. And 19th here tonight is going to be Derek Dirks. He had some bad luck, unfortunately. 20th, Jeff Edgar. 21st, Scott Gilliott. Rounding out your 22-car field is Jimmy Johnson. But wow, what a race. What a finish. You see the photo finish in the back. And we're going to see if we can bring some of these drivers up here into the broadcast booth. We'll see if Austin Edwards, he's your third place finisher. We'll see if he's in the Discord. I unfortunately do not see him here, so we won't be able to get a word with him. We'll go to Adam Gilliott. I see the other two Gilliotts. Not sure if I see Adam. I see Jeremy and Scott, but I do not see Adam. And then Matt Bear Sr. I'm not seeing him either, so unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to interview any of the top 3 drivers. That's a complete bummer. I would love to hear from the race winner here tonight. We'll stick around a little bit longer and see if any of these drivers are going to come in the Discord or if they are listening. But what a great finish here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll show you it one more time here if you missed it. We'll wind it back one more time. TV number 1 here, we'll slow it down, and what a photo finished after 280 laps, 22 drivers. It comes down to these 4, and the king is crowned on the 81. Man, look at Mogard, and wow, Mogard pushing super hard there. Look how loose the 81 gets, man. Almost 4 wide there, and man, just slipping and sliding all the way to that finish. But the king stays ahead. What a great end of the race for him as the king gets it done. Here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's the Web Shop Series here in 2025, and some carnage after they took the checkered flag, but that doesn't matter. When you're going to victory lane, you are the happiest guy at the racetrack with the happiest team, and tonight that goes to Matt, the King, Matt Bear. And what an interval finish that is for him. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a long night here in the broadcast booth. We unfortunately don't see any of the top 3 drivers, so unfortunately won't be able to bring them in for an interview here tonight. We'll load up the final results just one more time for all you viewers here to see. That is your top 18 to 22 drivers here tonight. My name was Michael Triscaro for the PGR eSports Network. My partner Matthew Baker was on call, and great call here tonight. I know it got a little methodical through the middle stages of the race, as it always would for a long race like this, but and nonetheless, these guys came to race. Some awesome talent here in the XCAL Racing Series, and we'll be sure to be hopefully on some more of their calls this season, and we appreciate them having us here tonight. But for myself, Michael Triscaro, my broadcast partner Matthew Baker here tonight, on behalf of PGR Esports, we want to sign off and thank you all, and hope you enjoyed the broadcast.